Now, we proudly present Berwick Bulldogs football on Pop Radio. Brought to you by Bob Subs, W&L Subaru, Nissan, Mazda, and Collision Center, First Columbia Bank and Trust, Flick Brothers Electric, Independence Ford, Preferred Portables, Mayo Funeral Home, Neighbor Fence Company, S.J. Kowalski, Reds Roofing, Nespoli Jewelers, ND Accounting, Mason Monogram, Eco First, Lehigh Valley Health Network, and Blaze Alexander Family Buick GMC of Bloomsburg. Now, with Andy Ulickney, here's the voice of the Dogs, Jim Doyle.
Good evening tonight from Mountaineers Stadium in the campus of Dallas High School. It's the Bulldogs against the Mountaineers of Dallas. I am Jim Doyle. I'm joined by Andy Ulickney. The producer of this broadcast is Julie Lentz. Well, Berwick has faced a daunting schedule this season, and maybe tonight their biggest challenge since the season opener at Southern Columbia. This is a Dallas team that comes in with a 6-0 record. They're good on defense. They're even better on offense, averaging 40.6 points a game, a good mix of the rush and the pass. An outstanding running back in Dylan Geske, who's averaging over 7 yards a carry, 615 yards rushing. A good quarterback in Brady Zapaticki, just a junior, who's completing 58% of his passes for 917 yards. And a terrific touchdown to interception ratio. 16 touchdowns to just 2 interceptions. So this will be a real challenge for the Bulldogs tonight, who are playing pretty good football at the moment. They're coming off their best offensive performance of the season. 35 points, over 400 yards in total offense. And a win over Wyoming Valley West at Crispin Field last Friday. That gave them 2 wins in their last 3 games. 2 weeks prior to that, they beat Williamsport 21-7. So the Bulldogs feeling good about themselves and hoping that history repeats itself. A year ago at Crispin Field, Dallas came in also undefeated, also 6-0. Berwick at that time with just a 3-3 record. But the Bulldogs played arguably their best game of the season and beat Dallas by a score of 39-22. The Bulldogs hoping they can pull another one off here tonight in the area they call the Back Mountain. Andy Ulickney with us for Bulldogs football. Andy, I think, in my opinion, the hopes of Berwick to pull off what would be considered a major upset here tonight is for them to play defense on offense. That is, keep the football. And the way things have been going the last couple of weeks, with Ethan Lear, the quarterback, either faking to Tyler Winter or giving to Tyler Winter, reading the defense very well, they're capable.
Yeah, I like that zone read, Jim. No one's been able to pretty much solve it. They've been able to slow down Winter, but then Ethan Lear has the big game, or slow down Lear running the ball, and Tyler Winter has the big game. No one's been able to start both parts of that zone read, where you're going to fake it to the running back or give it, or have the quarterback fake it or keep it. And it's good. They're reading it. I actually talked with Ethan Lear over near the half house. I said, well, how often is it a designated give versus a mesh it, read it, and pull it? He goes, well, probably 70-30, where they're actually reading it in there. So Ethan Lear is watching. What's the linebacker doing? Is he coming for Winter? Is he going to play it soft and worry about me? Do I hand it off, or do I keep it inside or outside? And I just think it's been wonderful to look at. I think Nick Dawson, who's been calling the plays, has done a masterful job in working it. I think they've developed a very nice offensive line. It's been problematic for defenses to stop them.
Last Friday night at Crispin Field, the Bulldogs had 5 scoring drives of 50 or more yards. That would be the ideal here tonight.
Yeah, you talk complimentary football. You want to keep your defense fresh and off the field, because Dallas, they can light up the scoreboard. Seems every time you've looked the past few weeks, they're putting 45 or more up there. So you need to get the defense off the field, and the best thing to do is keep yourself driving that ball, play the possession game where you have more snaps than they do. And that's certainly going to be part of the formula should Berwick be able to pull a win out tonight.
Andy will be by later with the keys to tonight's game. When we return, we'll hear from Rich Manella, the head coach of the Mountaineers of Dallas, You're listening to Berwick Football and Pop Radio.
Drive your new GMC home today. New vehicles have been hard to come by. So at Alexander Family Buick GMC, we've been telling you to reserve your new GMC truck or SUV. But with 25 new GMCs in stock now and 25 more to arrive soon, you don't have to reserve one. You can drive one home today. And with the highest trade values, the lowest rates, and the Blaze Alexander lowest price guaranteed, now is the time to drive one off our lot. Shop online where we're always open. Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg. Taking the deals the other guys won't.
Proud sponsor of Penn State Athletics.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 120 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, with you and your children every step of the way.
Every step of the way, First Columbia Bank.
In our efforts to support the Subaru Loves to Help initiative, WNL is supporting 3 local business marketing grants from Seven Mountains Media. These grants will help our local businesses succeed, which leads to a stronger community. At WNL, we are more than just a car dealer. We are part of the community.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
You can tell you're getting down toward the end of high school football's regular season when you run into senior night. That's what they have here at Mountaineers Stadium in Dallas, is the senior members of the band, cheerleaders, and football players being introduced to the crowd here prior to this kickoff to weekend number 7 as Dallas about to take on Berwick. Well, coming into this season, the main concern of Dallas head coach Rich Manella was his team's offensive line, since 4 of 5 starters graduated from last year's team. 6 games into this season, how does Manella evaluate the job that line has done so far?
They've done well to date. We had to rely on their strength, the weight room part of things to carry them early on, because the offensive line, unless you're playing, there's things that you're going to run into every game that might be the first time to see them, no matter how much you prepare them with scripting and looks and so on in practice. It's just there's no substitute for time under the lights, and so they've done a nice job handling those situations, taking the coaching and getting better.
Last year, you had an outstanding running back in Parker Balesta. He has moved on. Dylan Geske has some nice numbers. In fact, he could end up being a 1,000-yard rusher for you. Tell us about Dylan as a running back.
Yeah, he played. He's been starting since he was a freshman, and he did a lot of the grunt work for Parker last year. And but his skill set. And I say this every time. I've never seen a young man like with the skills he has. Like right now, he's playing nickel back for us on defense, and he could play inside linebacker, outside linebacker. He can play corner, which is really odd. And then he's a tailback. He plays fullback. He could be a wing. He could be a tight end. And he's got a great arm. He's a baseball player. Just an outstanding athlete. And he's one of those guys that you tell him something once and he's got it. And so he's doing a nice job. And with all those guys, the skill guys are really doing what they're expected to do. Right? They're there to make plays, and that's how they're wired and how they're trained, and that's what they're all doing.
Well, Berwick comes in with a 2-4 record, but I think you'll agree that they seem to be getting better every week. In fact, they put over 400 yards of total offense on Wyoming Valley West last week. What concerns you about their offense?
Well, they got a good group up front, and the quarterback runs really well. The backs are shifty and they run well, and the scheme is going to be a challenge, and it's one of those things where you got to play assignment football, but you got to be able to tackle. You got to be able to tackle in the open field, and you got to be able to get off the field on defense. And that's the part that that front seven they have on the other side of the ball. There's some thumpers in there. And, so that, that what I'm going to tell you, the record thing, we don't even talk about that stuff here. It's Berwick. And now that Coach Orlando, you can see his handprints all over that program now. He was there when it was, one of the most storied programs in the country. He understands it. He lives it. That's how he's wired. And you're starting to see the fundamentals and his emphasis, come out on film, which is great for those kids.
That's Dallas head coach Rich Manella. What a job he's done. He's now in his 9th season of the head coaching position here. His record 68-31. Just a couple of years ago, in fact, 2019, he led Dallas to an unbeaten season right up to the state final where they lost in the championship game to Thomas Jefferson. Rich was the head coach at King's College for 19 seasons. He stepped down after the 2009 season. After a bit, he got into high school coaching, and he has taken to it very, very well. His Mountaineers come into this game with a 6-0 record. Wins over Abington Heights, Crestwood, Williamsport, West Scranton, Wyoming Valley West, and last week, 42-14 over Hazleton area. The Bulldogs take it on the Mountaineers. We'll check the starting lineup for Berwick when we return. You're listening to Berwick Football and Pop Radio.
Experience a drive that makes you feel more connected than ever before at W&L Mazda. Discover the exhilarating power and stunning design of the all-new Mazda CX-90. Right now, we have as low as 3.9% financing for 60 months on this third-row SUV with seating up to 8, or go swiftly and confidently in a fuel-efficient Mazda CX-30, which offers up to 33 miles per gallon and as low as 2.9% financing for 60 months. We're off Route 11 in Northumberland. Online at WNLMazda.com. Financing for well-qualified applicants only. Offer cannot be combined with any other offers. See dealer for complete details. Ends October 31st.
The subs at Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick have so much meat in them you'll be having leftovers for days. The Italian is piled high with fresh slices of ham, capicola, salami, and pepperoni on a freshly baked bun. Bob's cheesesteak oozes with cheesy goodness woven into a mountain of thinly sliced ribeye steak. So if you're tired of bland, unsatisfying subs, Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick is your new go-to. With over 22 different kinds of sumptuous, hearty subs, you'll find just the one or two to cure your cravings. And the pizza at Bob's Subs and Pizza, oh, it's so good. Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick. Taste the difference.
Save today on a great selection of the best appliance brands and discover top-notch service at Flick Brothers Electric in Bloomsburg. Browse their showroom, which features appliances in a variety of different kitchen configurations and offers appliances and water heaters for every budget. Flick Brothers showcases top names like GE and GE Monogram, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, KitchenAid, Maytag, Sharp, Amana, and built in the USA Speed Queen and Viking appliances. Flick Brothers Electric, Maple Lane, Bloomsburg for over 65 years. Call 570-784-3444.
Calling all restaurants,
bakeries,
chocolatiers,
caterers,
and Willy Wonka wannabes.
You're invited to participate in the most decadent, deliciously rich, and satisfying event of the year.
Our 3rd annual Chocolate and Wine Festival, November 5th at the Pine Barn Inn.
It's free to participate, and vendors can sell their own wine and chocolates.
Space is limited.
So sign up today to be a vendor at our 3rd annual Chocolate and Wine Festival to benefit the Ronald McDonald House. Visit chocolateandwinefest.com.
That's chocolateandwinefest.com.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Ominous clouds overhead, but no rain so far, although that's in the forecast. If we get through this game without any rain, it's going to be a gorgeous night for high school football here in the area they call the Back Mountain. We're at Dallas High School, where the Bulldogs about to take on an unbeaten football team. Here's Berwick's starting lineup offensively. At the tight end, number 34, Harrison Snyder. He is 6'3", 220 pounds, a senior, 3 receptions on the season for 37 yards. At the left tackle, number 56, J.J. Leonard. He is 6 foot, 230 pounds, a sophomore. The left guard is number 78, Liam Carroll, 5'10", 232, a senior. Gavin Jones starts at center. He wears number 51. He is 5'7", 195, a junior. At the right guard position, Matt Gordner is the usual starter. However, he was injured in the last game against Wyoming Valley West. Everett Snyder, a sophomore, replaced him and played a lot of that game. So Everett's going to get his first start tonight as Matt's not ready to be in that starting lineup. Berwick does sacrifice about 70 pounds, corner at 265, and Everett Snyder at 195 at 5'11". The right tackle is number 64, Chase Shuckers. He is 6'1", 268 pounds, a junior. At the wide receiver positions, Berwick without Billy Hansen, and they may be without him the rest of the season, which is a tough blow because he is their best wide receiver. He's also their best defensive back. He's return. So the Bulldogs will be depending a lot on Josh Kishbaugh, number 14, a 5'10", 160-pound senior, with 11 catches on the season for 118 yards. We'll also see number 7, Braylon Hawkins, 5'11", 165, a senior. He has just one catch, but that was for 29 yards and a touchdown in that victory over Wyoming Valley West last Friday at Crispin Field. The quarterback, and he's just been getting better and better as the season progresses, number 3, Ethan Lear, 6'1", 185, a senior. He's completing 60% of his passes for 531 yards, couple of touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's run the ball effectively, 79 carries for 325 yards and 4 touchdowns. In fact, he's the second leading rusher on the team, averaging 4.1 yards a carry. The leading rusher for this team is number 5, Tyler Winter. He's coming off a 157-yard personal best effort against the Spartans of Wyoming Valley West last Friday. He's 5'7", 165, a senior. On the season, 593 yards rushing and 8 touchdowns. He's averaging 6.1 yards a carry. He's also caught 4 passes for 78 yards. The fullback's number 33, Jimmy DeAndrea. He's 5'11", 195, a senior. He's averaging 5.4 yards a carry, 30 attempts, 163 yards, and a couple of touchdowns. That is the starting lineup. Offensively for the Bulldogs under acting head coach Bo Orlando. They come in with a record of 2-4. Those 2 wins coming in the last 3 weeks over Williamsport 21-7 3 weeks ago, and last week over Wyoming Valley West 35-7. Bulldogs averaging just under 20 points a game. A lot of rushing yards for this team. Not so much in the passing department, but they've had a good mix of late when they played their best football. The starting lineup offensively for the Mountaineers of Dallas. At the tight end, and he is a terrific player. One of Dallas's best on both sides of the football. Number 85, Nick Farrell. He's 6'1", 190, a senior. 8 receptions on the season for 151 yards and 1 touchdown. Left tackle is number 75, Emmett Moore, 6'3", 235, a senior. John Cummings is the starting left guard. He's 6'1", 195, a senior. Dan Sobolski is the starting center. He's 5'9", 10, a senior. He wears number 76, and that means he is a special football player. They had a lineman named Josh Bolero, who was an all-state lineman on that 2019 team that went to the state finals. Well, Josh went to Dartmouth. Unfortunately, he died last March after a lengthy battle with cancer. Rich Manella decided that to honor him, he was going to let a lineman that qualified wear that number 76 that Bolero wore here at Dallas. What do you do to qualify? Well, according to Rich, Bolero was all about commitment in the community, classroom, and the weight room. So to get to receive that honor of wearing that number 76, you have to be a special person, and Dan Sobolski, the starting center, is just that. 5'9", 210, a senior. Archie Stevens is the right guard. He wears number 51. He is 6'1", 220, a senior. And the right tackle is number 64, Brady Rosenkrantz. He is 6'2", 230, a senior. Zach Pacheski is at a wide receiver, 5'8", 175, a senior. He wears number 3. He has 23 receptions on the season, 9 of them for touchdowns, 539 yards in receiving, 23.4 yards a reception. He is something special. Number 3 will have to be a concern of the Berwick secondary here tonight. The quarterback is number 11, Brady Zapoticki. His older brother was a terrific quarterback here and then went on to a tremendous career at Shippensburg University. Brady is a good quarterback in his own right. 58% of his passes complete for 917 yards, 16 touchdowns, just 2 interceptions. He is also a terrific runner, 4.4 yards a carry and 6 rushing touchdowns. The leading rusher is Dylan Geske. We'll see him at fullback. We'll see him at tailback. He's 5'10", 205 at junior, 86 carries, 615 yards and 7 touchdowns. And the tailback, number 9, Mike Lewis, 5'7", 160 at junior, 159 yards, rushing 4.5 yards a carry. Another receiver that Berwick has to be concerned with is a junior, number 23, Gavin Lewis, 5'10", 155 at junior, 3 catches, all of them for touchdowns. That's the starting lineup offensively for the Mountaineers under Rich Manella. In his 9th season as head coach, they average over 40 points a game. They come in 6-0. Dallas against Berwick, the keys to tonight's game, Andy Lickney.
Well, I'll give the Berwick keys, and Dallas has just happened to be the opposite of that, Jim. So Berwick defensively first needs to stop what I consider a triple threat. The game in the rushing department, the game in the passing department, and then add in that wild card, the running quarterback. In the running game, they have a good solid offensive line. They're able to build it. They coach it well. It's not the biggest. They only go about 218 pounds a man. But they play very aggressively. They like to pull the people. They use the quickness, and they're always in position with good technique. The running back you really have to stop is Dylan Geske. You featured him, Jim. He's 5'10", 205 pounds. That's solid, and he'll pound at you behind that offensive line, which, tends to get the angles that they want. And it's a very effective running game. Geske has 615 yards on the season. He's tough to bring down, 7 touchdowns, and it's something that, Berwick has to kind of key on. But you can't key on it because you have to key on the passing game as well. Zapaticki's a very good quarterback. Good lineage there. 48 of 83 passing, 58% that is, 917 yards in the air. That's 152 yards passing per game. And then you've highlighted the numbers. 16 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. That's astronomical. I don't think I've ever seen, that type of a ratio. He has good receivers. The best, Zach Pacheski. Pacheski with 23 catches on the year, 539 yards. And he has other people who can contribute as well. Zapaticki is very good at hitting the deep balls. Sometimes he'll use his legs, sprint out, buy himself a little bit more time, and people just turn everything upfield. And he's very good at throwing that deep ball, and he's hit it, for 16 touchdowns over the course of the season. A lot of them have been on the bombs. That other dimension, the running quarterback, the third part of this triple threat that Berwick has to be able to stop. Zapaticki runs well. He's very much a running threat. It's not always there by design. Sometimes it's after scrambles or things that'll break down, and he makes it happen by his leg. But that threat is certainly there on every play. You have to be aware of his ability to run. So Berwick's defensive keys: stop the run, stop the pass, stop the running quarterback, and all 3 of those are very strong in the Dallas offense. They're good. Now offensively, the key for Berwick, I think they need to execute that zone read. They've been strong at it. They're going to have to keep going with that strength. So far, teams really haven't been able to shut it down. Running back Ty Winters, he's strong on the give. It's been there. Almost 100 yards a game, 95.5 yards a game. That's outstanding. And when the quarterback pulls it out, Ethan Lear on the keep, he's averaging over 50 yards a game. So it seems defenses have been able to snuff out one. Maybe it's the running back, maybe it's the quarterback, but not both parts of that zone read, an option type of play. And they're very slick in working it. They've been together since junior high. They get to the mesh point. They ride that ball in there for a good full step or 2. The quarterback is reading the defense. Are they coming down on Tyler Winter? If they are, pull it out and he'll run. If they're worried about the quarterback pulling it out, you hand it to Ty Winter, and he uses his speed for big yardage. So hand off or keep it, depending on how the defense reacts. They've been reading that about 70% of the time on the zone read. On occasion, they'll go with designated gives or designated quarterback runs. But now by week 7, it's good. But they're going against a defense that's also in week 7 in a highly well, a very talented, undefeated Dallas defense. And their strength in their 3-5-D tends to be at the linebacker level. These guys are all very good, and that's the area where you're reading that zone read. And I'm sure Rich Manello has had his people work on it. They've scouted Berwick. They've seen other teams haven't been stopping it. What's going to be his formula? How will the linebackers play it? How will they try to compensate for that option game that Berwick runs? It's a stellar linebacker play. They're going to be the key to stopping it. Can they? We'll see.
Yeah, if you can shut down both Ethan Lear and Tyler Winter, you've got Berwick beaten. But we saw a couple weeks ago a very talented Wilkes-Barre area team concentrated on Tyler Winter, held him to like 25, 30 yards, but a huge rushing game for Ethan Lear. So if you can shut down both, fine, but no one's really done it so far.
No, and then there's still always that threat, Jim, that they can pass. I think Ethan Lear's developed into a very nice passer. He's at 60% on the year, 531 yards. He'll miss Billy Hansen. That was his go-to guy. He's out. But Ty Wilkerson has 15 catches on the year. I think Josh Kishbaugh has been improving each game. And I think noticeably, Braylon Hawkins had the touchdown. Tyler Winter out of the backfield. So you can't ignore the passing game either. You can't overplay it with everyone up at the line of scrimmage. You still have to respect the pass.
And Berwick has to respect the pass a lot because Barry Zapaticky, those 16 touchdowns you mentioned, they've gone to 5 different receivers, which is pretty impressive at a high school. Usually you've got that one go-to guy, and yes, he has that go-to guy in Zach Pacheski, but 4 other players besides Pacheski have caught touchdown passes. And if he was just to stand back in the pocket and throw it, that'd be one thing. But you mentioned he's a running quarterback as well. As the Bulldogs have just now made their way on the far side of the field. White jerseys, white pants, white helmets, blue numerals, and trim. And now down below us, the Mountaineers of Dallas. They have powder blue jerseys, powder blue helmets, white pants, white numerals, and trim. Yeah, this is the 27th meeting between these two schools. Berwick leads the series 17-9, but Dallas had things going their way until last year when Berwick pulled the upset at Crispin Field, and obviously that's what they want to do again here tonight. Berwick against Dallas. We'll be back with the kickoff. You're listening to Berwick Football and Pop Radio.
Hi, this is take care of all your service needs, regardless. Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor.
Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and Facebook pages.
It won't be long before tax time rolls around, so remember to visit accounting services, including payroll, auditing, and bookkeeping. For tax and accounting services, look for Michael Daddio, CPA, at ND Accounting and Consulting, with 2 locations, 214 Pine Street in Berwick and 5929 Main Road in Sweet Valley.
The home of the Berwick Bulldogs. This is W234BH Berwick at 94.7, WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, W288CF Danville at 105.5 and streaming online at thisispopradio.com. Pop Radio, a 7 Mountains Media radio station.
Captains meeting at the center of the field for the ceremonial coin toss in the Wyoming Valley Conference. Those captains meet 20 minutes before kickoff for the real coin toss. They've just indicated that Berwick won that toss, deferred to the second half, so we'll get a look at Dallas at offense that averages over 40 points a game. The officiating crew for this game, the referee is Mike Monahan. Stan Zaneski is the umpire. Carmen Saporito is the linesman. Galen Miller is the line judge. James Geiger is the field judge. And Brendan Boyle is the side judge. Dallas will be moving from our left to our right as we view things here in the opening half.
Artificial surface. We see it almost all the time. Kick will come from the middle of the field. Bit worn within the surface, but it's surrounded by white, about a yard wide. Anytime you step on that sideline, it's going to be very noticeable. Larger in the players' boxes, and then a perimeter of green, and then a perimeter of that Columbia blue surrounding that. Nicely appointed field.
Luke Peters will kick off. Now, he has been kicking short by design. Bulldogs defending against long runbacks. Gavin Lewis and Zach Pacheski are deep. The game is underway. This kick comes up short to the far side. Flag down, maybe offside Berwick.
That might have been a little bit too aggressive. Blown dead while the ball's up in the air, and the only thing that can happen there is Berwick beating the kicker to the football. They'll move it back 5 yards and redo it. He was kicking medium range, Jim, toward a sideline. Man was able to catch it in the air. I don't know if he's going to fair catch it or try to return it. He heard the whistles and didn't show his hand.
Now we'll see what kind of good field position that affords Dallas. You're 5 yards back, and you're kicking short as Peters, the senior, left foots it. This one a little farther to Gavin Lewis on the far side of the field. At the 20 to the 25. Lewis to 30, 35 to 40, the 45. Over midfield. One man to beat down the sideline, 35. Luke Peters dives and makes the tackle inside the 10-yard line. Gavin Lewis with the long run back, and Dallas in business to start this one.
Took it over on the far side. He was the deep man, but he had to come up, catch it, and caught it on the run. Brought it from the left far sideline up toward the hash and then toward the center. And then, when he had just one man to beat, the kicker Luke Peters, he broke to the near sideline here. Peters had a little bit of an angle. I didn't think he was going to catch him, but a dive tripped him up down there around the 7.
So it's 1st and goal for Dallas on their first snap of this game from the Berwick 7. Zapatiki out of the gun. Gives to Lewis. Sweeps to left side. Mike Lewis is turned around and knocked down about the 3-yard line. Berwick defensively. On the front, Mike Fell, Chase Shuckers, Harrison Snyder. Outside linebackers, Ty Wilkerson and Skylar Neville. Inside, Jimmy DeAndrea and Liam Carroll. The corners, Josh Kishbaugh and Alex Estrella. The safeties, Caleb May and Braylon Hawkins.
Running a sweep play to the left. Ty Wilkerson over there at outside back are able to make the stop.
2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. Zapatiki fakes handoff, keeps the football, headed toward the end zone, and gets in for the touchdown. Zapatiki straight ahead after the fake handoff, and Dallas has a very early lead in this one.
Yeah, the big return was a big part of it. That gives you momentum, and Berwick's going to be a bit flat. Make the first stop after a couple yards gain, but then setting the formation to the right side, faking things to the right. Quarterback runs it up the middle and goes in standing.
Extra point attempt coming from Ryan Laubach. Snap placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field. 11:05 to go first quarter. Dallas 7, Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs Football Pop Radio.
Looking for convenient and reliable dumpster rentals for your residential or commercial project? EcoFirst Logistics has you covered with dumpster rentals from Bloomsburg to Hazleton and surrounding areas. Their dumpster rental service is designed to make waste disposal easy, hassle-free, and eco-friendly. Whether you're planning a construction or renovation project, junk removal, or a major cleanup, they carry a range of dumpster sizes to fit your needs and ensure that what can be saved is sorted out. On the web at eco-firstlogistics.com or on Facebook.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Explosive start to this game by the Mountaineers of Dallas. A 72-yard kick return of the opening kickoff by Dallas's Gavin Lewis leads to a 2-play, 7-yard scoring drive. Brady Zapaticki in for his 7th rushing touchdown of the season from the quarterback spot. And it's a 7-0 Dallas lead. Rowan Lawbaugh is the kicker following his extra point. He kicks it off, and it's a low-line drive kick. It'll be fielded and muffed at the 11, but picked up there, and the return will only get to about the 17-yard line as Braylon Hawkins on the return. So while Dallas's return was electric, Berwick was not much, and a flag on the play. This one could be even worse.
No, Lucas Turpak was at the bottom of the pile, and he came up and pulled his hands back like, well, I didn't give him a late shove. So it's going to be against the Mountaineers, I believe, on 7 Lucas Turpak. So that'll help Berwick out with field position.
That usually means you did.
Yeah, yeah, I didn't do it. Not me, Mr. Referee.
1st and 10, Berwick from their 30. Dallas defensively. 3 front linemen, Brady Rosenkrantz, Dan Sabolski, and Jarrett Webb. Outside linebackers, Nick Farrell and Clark Van Orden. Inside, John Cummings and Nico Wilk. The corners are Gavin Lewis and Lucas Turpak. The safeties, Mike Lewis and Nate Malarkey. 1st and 10, Berwick at their 30-yard line. Senior Ethan Lear at the quarterback controls. He's out of the shotgun with Tyler Winter to his left. Man in motion to the left. Back to throw is Lear. No chance. He'll be sacked back at the 27-yard line.
Nick Farrell doubles his tight end and outside linebacker. He's a great player. He came hard from the defensive left. Quarterback wanted a quick throw. The quick slant wasn't there. When he had to pause a second and kept rolling to his left, he couldn't get away from Nick Farrell, who gets the sack.
So Berwick needs to settle in here. Going against an unbeaten team, and the game could hardly have started worse for the Bulldogs as they face 2nd and 13 at their own 27. 3 receivers split wide to the right. Lear out of the gun, gives it Tyler Winter. He's going nowhere. Second effort, but he'll still lose a yard or two. So it's 3rd and long as Ethan Lear jogs to the sideline for a play call.
Brady Rosenkrantz got penetration from his defensive tackle position. He met that man in the backfield, and there was just nowhere to run. He would not let go of his waist. Others joined in, but he eventually twists him down to the ground and probably losing a yard.
3rd down and 14. Berwick back to their 26-yard line. They send Josh Kishball wide to the right. There's a slot to that side. The wide receiver left as well.
Braylon Hawkins in the slot.
Rolling right is Lear. Looking downfield. Fires at the last moment. Incomplete. Either overshot one receiver or came up short on the other. It was hard to see which one he was going to, but it'll be 4th down. The punt team will be on.
Yeah, Zach Pajeski, who plays wide receiver, doubles as a cornerback for this team, and he was in good position. They had to get it over his head. Just unable to do that to where a receiver could make a play on it. So they'll be punting this one away.
And Pajeski will be back, anticipating the punt. Now, Luke Peters has done most of the punting this season, but Braylon Hawkins is back there right now, standing back at the Berwick 11. It's a good snap by Lear, and the kick is away. And a pretty good kick by Hawkins. Fair catch by Pajeski at the Dallas 40-yard line.
So important to have good hands. Guy who's a receiver who catches almost everything all the time in practice, maybe 50 balls a day. Able to field that punt very safely with the fair catch.
Yeah, most coaches will tell you, Andy, the most important thing for a punt returner is to catch the football. If you get a return, that's a bonus. But Dallas has it. Moving from our left to our right, they have the early 7-0 lead, 9:15 to go, opening quarter. A running back to either side of Brady Zapaticki. Play action. He's back to throw, and he's looking long downfield to Pajeski. Incomplete. That's nice coverage downfield by Josh Kishbaugh.
Yeah, he stayed with him. Pacheski was able to get inside position on the post, and if they were able to lay it in, he might have been able to extend. But Josh Kishbaugh with him stride for stride in a good position to rip at his arms if he was able to get his hands on it.
2nd down and 10. Dallas at their own 40. Dylan Geske is to the right of Brady Zapaticki as a running back to the left as well. All three of them shift. That's a direct snap to Pacheski. He goes off the right side and gets close to a 1st down yardage. Boy, that was a nifty play.
Yes, it was. Sort of an odd wildcat where you're not expecting it. Pacheski has 7 rushes on the year for 52 yards. So they like to use his talents. And it looks like they're going to move the chains, Jim.
1st and 10. 10-yard run by Pacheski. So Dallas from midfield now, looking to add to their 7-0 lead. Nick Farrell splits wide right. As Zapaticki, play action, back to throw, goes to the left. Pass comes up short. I think they're going to call it incomplete. If it's a catch, it's a loss of a couple. Gavin Lewis went down to the turf, and they're going to give him the catch. But unfortunately for Dallas, it is a 2-yard loss to the 48.
Going to hurt his average, Jim. 3 catches on the season for 71 yards, and all 3 having been touchdowns. Now here he loses a yard or 2.
2nd down and 12. Dallas from their own 48. Zapaticki gives to Geske off the left side. Lots of running room for Dylan Geske. He's to the Berwick 44-yard line.
A little late in the game for him to get a carry. They're going to go tempo, Jim. Hurry up to the line of scrimmage here on 3rd down and about 4.
Zapaticki gives to Geske off the left side. He is stuck hard. He'll get no yardage on the play. Berwick plays it very, very well.
Jimmy DeAndrea came up, but Jay Shuckers had fronted him first, so the 2 of them combined. And they're going to knock him right about at the line of scrimmage.
4th down and a long 3. Dallas is going for it. Berwick jumps across.
You know, Jim, sometimes you sense a team lacks that discipline, and you get up there, you line up, you bark those signals, and about 3 or 4 different Berwick players tried to get a head start to stop the play. A little too aggressive on the part of the Berwick defense.
So 1st and 10 for Dallas, the easy way in the penalty.
Good coaching. I like to see when teams realize, hey, it's less than 5 yards, we're going to go for it on 4th. Try to bark them off sides, and they got it.
Now Zapaticki under center with an I formation behind him. And the call goes to Geske off the left side. He carries tacklers onto the 25-yard line. 3 or 4 Berwick players had Geske, and he just took him on his back and got to the 25-yard line, 13 yards and a 1st down.
Yeah, Jimmy DeAndrea hit him pretty square, but he couldn't stop him. He's a bull. Really, tracking people. He took DeAndrea for that sleigh ride for about 9 yards.
1st and 10. I formation behind Zapaticki, who's under center. And he gives to Geske again, and Geske up the middle. He breaks a tackle, and another, still on his feet, down to the 13-yard line. Well, right now, Dallas, the much more physical team on this possession.
Yes, they are. Safety Caleb May had to come up after about 10 yards and try to bring down that tough runner, Dylan Geske.
So he had a 13-yard run. He follows that with, and Dallas a 1st down at the Berwick 13-yard line.
1st and 10 from the Berwick.
Now Mike Lewis will check in to the lineup. They had been using a fullback, and Jarrett Webb, he comes out of there from the Berwick 13. It's going to be a run for Zapaticki off the left side, inside the 10, and down to the 7, maybe the 6-yard line.
Yeah, they're shredding people up in the Berwick defensive line and linebacker area. Kick out, gave him the C-gap off the left side, and again, it's Josh Kishbaugh coming up from the secondary to make the stop.
8 yards on the carry by Brady Zapaticki. Dallas, 2nd down at the Berwick 5-yard line. They need about 3. Zapatiki out of the gun. Fakes handoff, keeps it himself up the middle. Breaks one tackle and may have the first down.
He may. He ran into a pile about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, but no one could get at him and wrap. His own offensive linemen were in the way. So he bounced away, took it over one hole further to his left, and that will give him the first down.
First and goal for the Mountaineers. The ball down at the 2-yard line. So 3 yards of that carry by Zapatiki, who's under center now with an I formation behind him. And he gives the ball straight ahead to Geske, and he'll get down to about the 1, and now they're saying a touchdown. Touchdown, Dallas.
Just power football, Jim. They used the center, Dan Cebulski, the side of him, John Cummings and Archie Stevens, and just powered it on in. Of course, along with the power of the offensive lineman, creating a little bit of a seam for him, you have Geske's power, 205-pound junior, really driving the legs.
Here's Rowan Lawbaugh to attempt the extra point. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field. 4:34 to go, opening quarter. Dallas 14, Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickashinny, are proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
2 possessions, 2 early scores by the Mountaineers of Dallas. They lead Berwick 14-0. 4:34 to go in the opening quarter. That last drive, 10 plays, 60 yards. Dylan Geske from 2 yards out for the score. Here's Lawbaugh's kick. Fielded by one of the up men at the 20-yard line, and the return out to close to the 30.
Jake Lisnuk, the freshman backup quarterback, took that as an up man. Ran with courage straight ahead. Gets into a collision, won't go down at first, and then eventually brought down by the Dallas tacklers.
Andy, we're still very early in this game, but it has an ugly look to it where Berwick is concerned. I think this is a real important possession.
Yeah, they need to contain. They need to take some time off the clock, ideally. Drive it on down and score. Because Dallas right now has that big momentum on its side. And they seem unstoppable.
1st and 10 for Berwick. From their 27-yard line, Jimmy DeAndrea is the running back in the pistol behind Lear. DeAndrea gets the call off the right side, and he'll pick up some positive yardage to about the 30.
Yeah, Mike Lewis eventually bringing him down, but he went through untouched till he got to that linebacker level. He'll get about 3.
2nd down and 7 Bulldogs, trailing 14-0 to unbeaten Dallas. Here's we head down toward the 4-minute mark remaining in this opening quarter. Josh Kishball wide to the left. His receiver wide to the right as well as Lear. Fakes handoff, keeps the football straight ahead. Ethan Lear will get to about the 33. So he'll pick up 3 more. So a big 3rd down call coming from Berwick. I say big, we're still in the first quarter, 3:40 to go, but at the very least, Berwick needs a couple of first downs, slow down this Dallas team.
Yeah, they do. Nate Malarkey bringing him down. Thought he was going to have more yardage, but Dallas comes up rather aggressively with their defense to make tackles.
3rd and 4. Berwick from their 33-yard line. 3 receivers to the left. Winters back in there as the running back. Lear back to throw, fires a quick out, incomplete. Intended for Braylon Hawkins. The boy Nate Malarkey played that about as well as you can.
Yeah, it was quick. From shotgun, 1 step, throw it to the left on the quick out. He had to catch it and run some after. But Malarkey, who just made a tackle earlier in this series, now in position to get on the out and be able to swat it away.
So Berwick did not get their initial first down of this opening quarter, and Braylon Hawkins back anticipating the snap by Lear, which as usual is very, very good. The kick extremely high, fair catch called for. Nice punt by Braylon Hawkins. Pacheski makes the sure-handed fair catch inside the Dallas 40.
Yeah, the height on the punt makes it difficult to be able to do anything but fair catch it. Pacheski is good. We mentioned his good hands on the previous punt. He sees it. Berwick had to have two of the headhunters run past him, and then two more were still in front of him. So it would have been good coverage, but not one you're going to have to try to return.
First and 10, Dallas. They have it at their own 37-yard line. They have scored on each of their possessions. They have a 14-0 lead, 2:56 to go opening quarter. Again, they shift. Geske will take the snap straight ahead, and Berwick is all over the play as they went to the Wildcat, but Harrison Snyder would have none of it. Mike fell there as well.
Yeah, they really were shooting the gaps. Roy Dennis calling a more aggressive look, having his defensive lineman come on in hard.
No gain for Geske. Second and 10. Dallas at their own 37-yard line. Zapatiki looks to the sideline. He'll operate out of the gun now with Geske to his left. Slot to either side. Has the snap. Back to throw. Plenty of time. Now he rolls left, fires across his body, and has a reception for a first down at the Berwick 49-yard line. Nicely done, Brady Zapatiki.
Jack Pacheski with the catch. I think he saw his quarterback in trouble, and from about 15 yards downfield, came back to his quarterback to make the play.
14 yards on the reception. Zapatiki back to throw, and he's going to be sacked back at the 45-yard line. Who's in there for the Bulldogs?
Yeah, Berwick really needed that play. Need to slow this team down.
I think we're going to give it to Harrison Snyder. Back at the 46-yard line. Hate to not give it to somebody because that was a good play against Zapatiki, which will now bring up a second down and long. Second and 15.
Need to string three plays together and force the punt. They got the first big one there and set them back.
Slot to the right side. Running back to either side of Zapatiki. He gives the ball to Geske, who sweeps the left side, and Geske with a good effort to the Berwick 45-yard line will bring up a manageable third down.
Yeah, but a little bit too much. Mike Felt chasing the play from behind has to angle back and get at him. They make up the penalty yards or the sack yardage plus 5 more. Give them 10 on that.
Third down and 6. Dallas at the Berwick 45-yard line. Bulldogs desperate for a stop, trailing 14-0 here with a minute to go in the opening quarter.
Dylan Geske has half a cast on his right hand.
As Zapatiki fakes to Lewis, fires, and going up and get it is Pacheski for the first down and then some inside the 25 down to about the 22-yard line.
And measure it out. He sold the fakes to the left and then looked like he was going to throw in that direction. At the last minute, he pivots, comes to the right where Pacheski is there by himself running a post pattern. A little bit of a hitch, and then they released him.
25 yards on the reception by Pacheski. First and 10, Dallas. I formation. Zapatiki under center. Gives the ball off the left side, and a gain down to about the 16-yard line. Again, there's running room.
Geske with the ball. DeAndrea eventually coming up and making the hit, but not until he's in that second level.
5 yards on the carry. The last play of this opening quarter. Dallas 14. Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
This is Bird football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
One quarter in the books here in the back mountain. Bulldogs trailing unbeaten Dallas 14-0, and Dallas threatening to start this second quarter. They'll have a 2nd and 5 at the Bulldogs 16. And so far, Dallas's offense really, really impressive. So much variety. They'll speed it up on occasion. They'll go I formation, quarterback under center. They'll go shifts. There's a lot going on here.
Yeah, almost not enough footballs for all the talent that they have. You certainly want to feed Geske, but you want to feed passes to Pacheski. You want to make sure that Brady Zapaticki gets his opportunities with his legs. It's a very talented football team, and they block very well.
Dallas moves from our right to our left in this second quarter. I formation, quarterback Zapaticki under center. Jarrett Webb is the fullback ahead of Dylan Geske. Geske gets the call, tries the right side. Berwick has it defended pretty well, but he still gets ahead for a couple. It'll bring up a 3rd and short.
They're tough. They took tight line splits, anticipating an inside play, but unable to drive it past Berwick as they stood up the offensive lineman and would not be driven back that time.
Liam Carroll on that last stop for the Bulldogs. 3rd and 3. Dallas at the Berwick 13-yard line. We're just underway in the second quarter. Unbeaten Mountaineers with a 14-0 lead. Zapaticki has the shotgun snap. He's back to throw, and he fires the sideline. Has Pacheski, who beats the tackler and gets in for the touchdown. That lethal combination, Brady Zapaticki to sack. 13 yards for the score.
They're tough. You know, you think, hey, if you're taking a break by them not running Geske at you, but then they quick play action. They look to the left. They see Zach Pacheski there right near the pylon, and he's able to high step the last potential tackler.
10th touchdown reception of the season for Zach Pacheski. Rowan Lawbow's extra point is up, and the kick is good. Timeout in the field. 11:17 to go first half. Dallas 21. Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
8-play, 63-yard drive by Dallas. What a drive it was for wide receiver Zach Pacheski. He had catches of 14, 25, and then the touchdown of 13 yards, his 10th touchdown reception of the season. 21-0 Dallas, 11:17 to go in the half. Lubaugh's kick will be fielded by Braylon Hawkins at the Berwick 10. To the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, the 40. One man to beat. That man is the kicker. He gets by him, but then Dallas catches up, and they bring him down around the 22-yard line. So finally, a big positive for Berwick. A terrific kick return by Braylon Hawkins.
He got it on the right side and decided, I'm taking this up the middle, and before you know it, he's past the people coming down to tackle him. It's only the kicker, and after a 30-yard sprint, he has to decide left, right, how can I shake this man, and he does. But he slowed down just enough that Dallas, who never gives up on the play, change their angle of pursuit, come from chasing him down one way, going in reverse and going back. They're able to run him down after he's forced to slow down.
67 yards on the return by Braylon Hawkins. Berwick 1st and 10 at the Dallas 23-yard line. Bulldogs looking for their initial first down of this game with 11:03 to go in the second. Tyler Winter is the running back. He gets the call up the middle. Good surge inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
He runs hard. Basic give that time. Quarterback not really continuing with any kind of fake like a zone read. But, nice first down play. They're going to give him 3. I thought he had a little bit more than that.
And they mark it at the 19-yard line. Second down call coming. Ethan Lear tried it toward the sideline. Got the play from offensive coordinator Nick Dawson. Lear has a slot to the left and a wide receiver right. Out of the pistol now. The Call goes to Winter, trying to sweep the left side. Cut down in the open field right at the line of scrimmage. A terrific play by Lucas Turpak.
He left the receiver who was trying to deke him and force him into coverage. He had the sweep. They had no contain on him on a short side look. But Turpak saw it coming, left the receiver, came up one-on-one in open field, brings him down, holding him to just a yard.
Tyler Winter's so shifty, you usually give him the advantage in a one-on-one situation like that. So a credit to Turpak. Here's a 3rd down and 6. Berwick from the 18. Back to pass is Lear. He gets the pass away, incomplete. He was in the grasp and under duress. 4th down, I'm sure you'll see a play from scrimmage coming for Berwick.
Dan Sobolski was the man who broke through, forced him to run left, had him gripped, spun him around, and they still are able to throw it away. So fortunate incomplete.
4th down and 6. Rich Manella wanted a grounding play there. The officials don't agree with that. It's 4th and 6. Berwick at the Dallas 18-yard line.
Now, Lear got out wide. You're outside that tackle box, and he's being spun. The ball kind of comes out in the throwing action.
Lear out of the gun. Here's a 4th down call and flags. Do we have a timeout call? We do. Berwick calls one. 9:35 to go in the half. Bulldogs trail 21-0. You're listening to Berwick Football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
9:35 to go opening half here at Mountaineers Stadium in Dallas. It's been all Mountaineers so far. They lead Berwick 21-0. But the Bulldogs following their timeout with an opportunity. They have the ball at the Dallas 18-yard line, and they face a 4th down and 6.
Haven't completed a pass yet in the game, and yet it's a passing situation for how strong Dallas has played the run.
Lear has the snap. He's back to throw. He's rolling right. He's looking. He's going to keep the football. They surround him, and he will get just to the line of scrimmage. Boy, Dallas gets to the football. So the Berwick opportunity goes awry. Dallas will take over the football with 9:25 to go in the half, leading 21-0.
Dallas saw the quarterback was committing to run, and they committed to him. Zach Williams squares up, won't give ground, and then 3 or 4 other of those powder blue jerseys get in there.
So Dallas, 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line. Mountaineers moving from our right to our left. Mike Lewis is in there as a running back. They'll have Geske playing the fullback now in the I formation. Play action. Zapatiki back to throw, looking long. Has a man, Turpak, with a pass beyond his reach at midfield.
Actually, Pacheski from the right side was running a deep post pattern, and he had 2 steps, Jim. If the ball's on target, he's going to catch it in stride and take it the rest of the way, but unable to put that long ball on target.
We're into week 7. We've seen some terrific players at every position, but Zach Pacheski, one of the best wide receivers we've seen.
He's special, able to get himself open, good hands.
2nd and 10 from the 18. Play action. Zapatiki has his man for a gain out to about the 23-yard line. It's the tight end, Nick Farrell.
Yeah, but really defended well, Jim. The outside backer, I believe, was right on top of him. Did you get the number, or was
Josh
it
Kishbaugh?
Kishbaugh coming up? Yeah, real nice. I mean, Farrell's a good one. He's big, he's talented, he's able to release from that tight end position. Oh, good coverage.
3rd and 5. Berwick almost jumped across.
Dallas almost insisting that they did. Now they're going to stop and look and change the play or regroup.
Double slot. Zapatiki has the snap. Back to throw. Pump fake goes to the sideline. The ball's tipped and it goes right to Lewis. But just bad luck for the Bulldogs. They had a defender, I think it was Josh Kishball, got a hand on it, but the ball deflected off him into the receiver for a first down to the 35.
Yeah, the man in front looked like he's there for the interception, but the ball's drilled, goes through his hands and to the receiver. Did we catch the receiver, Jim?
Who's we? First and 10, 12 yards on that reception from the 35-yard line. I formation. The call goes to Lewis. Lewis at the tailback spot tries the right side, defended well by the Bulldogs, Harrison Snyder. And they'll get very little on the play.
It was Mike Lewis on that previous catch, Jim, and now that was him on this run as well.
Yeah, they're getting him involved, and he comes in the game with 35 carries. He's a 5'7", 160-pound junior. 2nd and 8. Dallas at their 37-yard line. Lewis now lines up on a wing to the right side. Zapatiki, after a shift, the snap will go directly to Geske, who bobbles it and then hands off to Zapatiki, sweeps the right side and has the first down, and 15 more added on to that as there's a late hit on the part of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Jimmy DeAndrea had him on the sideline. He was going out of bounds, and a good step out. He gave him one more push. Unneeded, unnecessary. How about the trickiness of the play, though? Exactly. You shift, set it to your wildcat back. It bounces off his face mask. He still gets the handoff to the original quarterback, Zapatiki, who runs it in a sweeping action. Earns the chains, and then a 15-yard penalty following.
To the Berwick 38-yard line, 1st and 10. 10-yard run by Zapatiki, and then 15 added on to that. Dallas threatening again with 7:39 to go in this opening half from the Berwick 38-yard line. Zapatiki hands off. Geske tries to sweep the left side. He'll be brought down after a gain of about 3. Berwick defended pretty well. Harrison Snyder, Liam Carroll combined on the Berwick stop.
Yeah, Harrison Snyder getting on in there, chasing that sweeping action down. This is a team that blocks real well. They put a lot of people at the point of attack. They pull their guards. They'll loop a tackle. They'll bring a running back to lead as well. Now, Berwick has to hustle to get to it, and they'll keep them to under 3.
2nd down and 7. Geske to the right of Zapatiki. After a shift, will the snap go to Zapatiki? No, it goes to Geske. No, it goes to Pacheski off the far side. He's inside the 30, and he's down to the 25 and down to the 24-yard line. Well, this is really a sharp-looking offense.
Yes, it is, and almost too tricky by half. You shift the backs, the quarterback becomes a halfback, and the halfback becomes the wildcat. It was Geske who took the shotgun snap. He looks like he's going to give it to the quarterback. They fake it in there, and then they pitch it to Pacheski coming around on an end around. Nice play.
11 yards on that carry by Zach Pacheski from the Berwick 24-yard line. Geske gets the call, has some blocking off the right side, and then Berwick closes him down at about the Bulldog 19-yard line. Liam Carroll among the people in on the stop for the Bulldogs.
J.J. Leonard also there near the point of attack, but, the point of attack ends up being downfield quite a bit. He'll get 5 yards on that. That's just basically a straight sweep.
2nd down and 5. This drive started at the Dallas 18-yard line. It's now at the Berwick 19.
After all the trickery, Jim, and this sort of reversing action they've seen, Berwick might have been a little flat-foot to see a straight sweep come at them.
Now from the I formation, Jarrett Webb in there as a fullback. Play action. Zapatiki back to throw out of the backfield. Farrell into the end zone off the right track for the touchdown. So many weapons on this team. And Zapatiki to his tight end, Nick Farrell, for the score, 19 yards.
Well, they just make it look easy, Jim. So many weapons in the playbook, so many weapons on the field. Who gets the touch? Which talent gets the yardage? Chunk play after chunk play. This time it's the big tight end who's able to work his way into the right flat, make the catch, and no one's stopping him with the head of speed. You're going to collide, you're going to lose with him.
Extra point attempt by Rowan Lawbaugh. Snap, placement, kick is up, and the kick is good. Timeout on the field, 5:39 to go, first half. Dallas 28, Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football and Pop Radio.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
What a drive by Dallas. 10 plays, 82 yards. Brady Zapaticki to his tight end, Nick Farrell, 19 yards away. Zapaticki on the season now, 18 touchdown passes to 2 interceptions.
Wow, that's incredible numbers. When you see the plays, Jim, you just can't imagine him throwing an interception.
Here's Lawbaugh with the kickoff. And Hawkins at the 15 to the 20 to the 30 and out to the 33-yard line.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different Dallas tacklers in there as they converge. Hawkins was able to take one up the middle earlier in the game for nice yardage down to the red zone. This time they squeeze him when he tries to take it up there again.
So Berwick trying to get something going here in the opening half. It's been all Dallas. They've scored on each of their possessions. They lead 28-0, 5:31 to go in the half. Bulldogs have it at their own 33-yard line. They have 2 timeouts remaining.
They huddle on the sideline, then come out right over the football. So they'll have time to get it off with 16 seconds and counting still left on the play clock.
Gavin Jones is that center over the football. And now Berwick getting a player on very, very late, and they'll have to burn a timeout. 5:31 remaining in the half, 28-0 Dallas. You're listening to Berwick football and Pop Radio.
The subs at Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick have so much meat in them you'll be having leftovers for days. The Italian is piled high with fresh slices of ham, capicola, salami, and pepperoni on a freshly baked bun. Bob's cheesesteak oozes with cheesy goodness woven into a mountain of thinly sliced ribeye steak. So if you're tired of bland, unsatisfying subs, Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick is your new go-to. With over 22 different kinds of sumptuous, hearty subs, you'll find just the one or two to cure your cravings. And the pizza at Bob's Subs and Pizza, oh, it's so good. Bob's Subs and Pizza in Berwick. Taste the difference.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Jim Newell and Andy Lickney from Mountaineers Stadium in Dallas. Unbeaten Mountaineers of Dallas all over Berwick, 28-0, 5:31 to go first half. Bulldogs following their timeout. 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line. Ethan Lear awaits the shotgun snap. Tyler Winters, the running back, to his left. Lear rolls left, fires to the sideline, incomplete. He had a man, Caleb May, open at the 38, but the pass beyond his reach.
Yeah, a little bit. He hasn't worked with Caleb May all that much this year. May has 2 catches for 11 yards. They're running a nice out. He's able to escape any pressure by rolling to the left. His quarterback, Ethan Lear, looked like it was going to be open, but just didn't anticipate the speed of the receiver.
2nd down and 10. Bulldogs at their 33. May and Josh Kishbaugh, wide receivers to the far left. Lear out of the pistol. Movement.
Harrison Snyder came in motion, and I'm not sure if anyone else moved. If the Bulldogs had 2 people in motion or one of the linemen moving, that's most likely what happened. That's going to set them back 5.
So it'll be 2nd and 15. Berwick back at their 28-yard line.
Tough to handicap yourself against a team that's as strong as Dallas. You know, we've been very, very impressed with their offense. You see it's moving up and down. But the defense has been very stingy as well.
Slot to the left, slot to the right. Ty Wilkerson in the slot to the right side. 2nd and 15. Lear back to throw. Fires over the middle and drops. Ty Wilkerson had it in his hands at the 48-yard line.
He's in the slot on the right. He finds a seam down the middle. Ethan Lear toughened the pocket without much of a drop out of the shotgun. Didn't need it. Protected well. Zips it right on the money in the hands, but Ty Wilkerson just can't hold on to it.
3rd and 15. Berwick at their 28-yard line. Maybe getting into Ty Wilkerson's head about this time of the season, because we saw him make some good catches early in the season using those hands of his, but he's had problems of late. 3rd and 15. Lear with 3 receivers to the left. Back to throw. Fires to the far side. This time he has a completion, but only out to about the 37-yard line as Braylon Hawkins made the grab.
Yeah, nice job running the out pattern, but they just needed more yardage, Jim. And they say, make sure you get the chains. Well, the chains are too far down for the type of pass they were trying to run. They were hoping he could catch it and run for it, but they came up quickly on the tackle.
Yeah, if that route had gone further, Ethan Lear wouldn't have had time to get that pass off.
No.
And now Braylon Hawkins back at the Berwick 21-yard line. Zach Pacheski back in single safety for Dallas. Ethan Lear. Snap is there. Kick is away, off to the side. Pacheski will have to let it roll. Takes a good roll where Berwick is concerned, and will be down by Ethan Lear at the Dallas 24-yard line. So Bulldogs haven't stopped the Mountaineers yet. We'll see if they can do it here in the final 4:20 of this first half. Dallas leading 28-0.
If they don't stop them on this drive, Jim, and they make the PAT, it's going to be in the mercy rule going into the second half.
Mike Lewis, Dylan Geske on either side of quarterback Brady Zapatiki, who operates out of the gun with a slot to the right and a wide receiver left. Zapatiki has the snap, play action, sets up a slip screen to the far side. He's got a man, first down, over the 40, over the 45, out near midfield.
Pacheski was in that screen, Jim, and eventually Alex Estrella brings him down. But a real nice call. They've been showing quite a package of offensive plays, all kind of reverse actions, shifts in the backfield, different people in Wildcat. That time a real nice screen pass.
1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. Zapatiki back to throw. Nothing there. Keeps it alive. Looks like he's going to carry the football, and he'll be wrapped up by Harrison Snyder at midfield, a gain of about 3.
Yep. He's headsy. He doesn't throw interceptions. He's not going to force anything. You realize he had a first down. He gets past the line of scrimmage. He'll take a long 2, a short 3. And he'll let the team make it on the next few downs.
Cole Riggle is in the lineup. He's on a wing to the right side. Pacheski wide left. Josh Kishbaugh out on him. Call goes to Dylan Geske with a blocker out in front. Geske, nice move, picks up the first down as he gets to the Berwick 43-yard line.
Yeah, it was nice. He broke inside. He had his, again, the linemen pull, and they pull well, and they create interference. Eventually, Skylar Neville with the tackle, but not until he moves the chains.
Stay with us at halftime. Julie Lentz will bring us updated on the high school football scoreboard as we get to weekend number 7 of the 2023 regular season. From the Berwick 43-yard line. Dallas with a first down. Zapatiki out of the gun, back to throw. Looking, and he'll have to eat the football and be brought down at the 46-yard line.
Harrison Snyder crashing on down from defensive tackle. Sees the quarterback attack the line of scrimmage up the middle. Changes his angle of pursuit and makes a real nice hit.
2nd and 13 for Dallas at the Berwick 46-yard line. Clock running, 2:40 to go in this half. Dallas with their full complement of timeouts remaining. Zapatiki out of the gun. Barking signals, then turns, looks to the sideline.
Barking aggressively, hoping to get an offsides. Berwick jumped once before. He would like the yardage back.
The call goes to Lewis, trying to sweep the right side, and Harrison Snyder with a terrific defensive play.
Play is made tackle for losses, and it's important that he does for his team. Lewis trying to sweep the right side. They can't keep their stalemate block on Harrison Snyder. He gets through it, gets into the backfield, and he'll knock another man, this time Mike Lewis, back for 3.
3rd down and 15. Dallas at the Berwick 48-yard line. Cole Riggle will come out. Lucas Turpak will come in as an extra wide receiver. Dallas taking their time. Play clock under 10 now. Still with time as Zapatiki out of the gun with the running back to either side of him. Stops, looks to the sideline. They're going to have to use a timeout, and they do. 1:32 to go, opening half. Dallas 28, Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Berwick has not stopped Dallas in this first half. 1:32 remains. Dallas leads 28-0. Bulldogs have a chance here. Dallas at the Berwick 48-yard line following their timeout. If 3rd and 15. Slot to the left, slot to the right. Zapatiki has the snap, and he's back to throw, and he's setting up a screen. He has Dylan Geske. Geske looking for room. Nice play by Ty Wilkerson, and he brings him out at the 43-yard line.
The reaction from the crowd is he was spinning him out while he's still a foot in bounds, and he spins him out of bounds, and, of course, the spin takes him almost to the benches. I would not have flagged it, but the fans, of course, very protective of their own players.
Nice read, nice play, Ty Wilkerson.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. For the outside linebacker to sense the screen and get in on Geske, big play.
So Dallas will punt for the first time in this game. Braylon Hawkins back in single safety. Snap is there. Kick is away by Turpak. And a nice job by him as they'll down it somewhere around the 5-yard line, I think.
Gavin Lewis got down, and Berwick was smart. They got out of the way so they're not going to have it fumbled into them. But Gavin Lewis is able to front himself from the goal line, come forward a step or so. And I think they're spotting it on the 1, Jim. Perfect placement. I mean, what hasn't this team done perfectly?
Yeah, actually it's at the 3-yard line, but that's not much better for the Bulldogs.
No.
Who have it with 1 timeout remaining and 1:13 to go.
Berwick again huddling on the sideline. They'll come right to the line of scrimmage, hopefully with all 11 men this time.
Alex Estrella in as a wide receiver to the right. Not sure Berwick's going to put it in the air here. They're going to an I formation with Tyler Winter at the tail. Dallas jumped across.
And Berwick, though, their left tight end jumped out of position. Defense can often move, Jim, but you can't break out of that offensive stance. It'll be half the distance to the goal.
Which will put it at the 1.5-yard line for the Bulldogs. Center Gavin Jones over the football. Lear under center. Gives the ball to Winter off the left side, looking for some yardage. Got a couple to the 5. Dallas, though, will use one of their timeouts. 1:07 remaining in the half, 28-0. Mountaineers, you're listening to Berwick football on Pop Radio.
Don't let orthopedic issues keep you from doing what you love. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute is your orthopedic partner in Hazleton. With same-day appointments available, our team of experts treat everything from joint pain and sports injuries to orthopedic trauma. Live life fully again with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, located at 26 Station Circle in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Visit lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Dallas has 1 timeout remaining. Berwick back to their own 4-yard line where they face 2nd down and 9. So following the Mountaineer timeout, Berwick quarterback Ethan Lear under center. I formation behind him. Call goes straight ahead to the fullback and a gain of just a couple. Dallas will use that final timeout, and we'll keep it right here.
Jimmy D'Ambra trying to take it off the left side, but Dallas anticipating because of the horrid field position. Basic play inside the tackles. Berwick have a player, no, a Dallas player is down, so the teams will go to the sideline here.
I want to remind you that next Friday, there's some special doings in the area of Crispin Field. As a stretch of street that parallels Crispin Field, we renamed George Curry Way after the Berwick legendary coach. That ceremony will begin at 5 o'clock at the corner of 11th and Vine Streets. That precedes the homecoming game against Danville. So we hope as many Berwick people as possible will get there for a significant honor to a great coach.
Great coach, great man. I know, great friend of yours, Jim. Good friend of mine. Person that you're thrilled to know. Not just from the football aspect, but every aspect. In fact, he worked with us for quite a while. Fun guy.
The player for Dallas is on his feet.
Cole Van Orden is the man who went down. He tried to sit up and get up very quickly, but I think the coach has kept him down a little bit as they strategized a little bit.
So third down coming for Berwick. One timeout left for Dallas. 1:02 remaining in the half.
Berwick needs about 6 yards to keep the drive going. I would anticipate the quarterback maybe rolling out to try to get a little time to pass and then a short underneath pass.
3 receivers to the right. Ethan Lear out of the gun. Has the snap, quarterback draw, looking for running room, and there's almost nothing there. Brought down right about the line of scrimmage. Dallas will use that final timeout. We'll take one as well. 50 seconds. Well, check that. The clock is still running. I guess they didn't get the timeout called. So
I think they used all 3, Jim. I'm not sure.
So Braylon Hawkins will be deep in the Berwick end zone, and Dallas will get an opportunity here as Pacheski back anticipating the punt. Berwick will use as much time as they can. In fact, they might even use all of it before they get the punt away.
Well, that would move it, half the distance to the goal or thereabouts. And you can see that Braylon Hawkins almost has his heels on the end zone. They're not hurrying this, though, so I think I agree with you, unless they have a timeout.
Yeah, they do. They have one, and they used it right here. So we'll keep it here. They got it down to 8 seconds, so about the only serious Dallas scoring threat would be on a punt return. And, of course, they've got Zach Pacheski deep, and he's going to get it in Berwick territory.
And Berwick has to worry about protection. The other way of scoring is to block the punt. Braylon Hawkins has been getting nice high punts off, and he's had time to go. I don't think teams have been coming after him. Dallas hasn't yet in this game. I think they've been hoping more for Pacheski to get the chance to return. You might think this is the time to go for the block.
Braylon Hawkins doing a pretty good job. He's coming after it. He gets the kick away. Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Experience a drive that makes you feel more connected than ever before at W&L Mazda. Discover the exhilarating power and stunning design of the all-new Mazda CX-90. Right now, we have as low as 3.9% financing for 60 months on this third-row SUV with seating up to 8, or go swiftly and confidently in a fuel-efficient Mazda CX-30, which offers up to 33 miles per gallon and as low as 2.9% financing for 6.
Items in Berwick, family owned with more than 30 years experience, and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, Items. Mason's Monogram Service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Red's Roofing. Metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the Roofing Ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
As a community bank, First Columbia Bank and Trust knows the value of helping our young people dream, excel, and reach their goals. For more than 120 years, First Columbia has been committed to helping our communities prosper and our youth succeed. We're proud to invest in our youth through athletics, the arts, and education. First Columbia Bank and Trust, with you and your children every step of the way.
Every step of the way, First Columbia Bank.
It's time for the Berwick Bulldogs halftime show on Pop Radio. Brought to you by W&L Subaru, Nissan, Mazda, and Collision Center. Discover the W&L difference today.
Assistant Director Noel Humphreys, Battery Instructors Ben Carlo, and Patrick.
Halftime from Mountaineers Stadium in Dallas. First half dominated by the unbeaten Mountaineers of Dallas. They lead Berwick 28-0. And it started right from the opening kickoff. Gavin Lewis with a 72-yard run with the opening kickoff, taking it to the Berwick 7-yard line. On the second play from there, Dallas quarterback Brady Zapaticki in for the touchdown straight ahead from 5 yards out. His 7th rushing touchdown of the season. Rowan Lawbaugh at the extra point. With less than a minute gone in the game, Dallas had a 7-0 lead. Berwick not able to move the football. Dallas took over at their own 40-yard line, put together a 10-play, 60-yard scoring drive. Dylan Geske in from 2 yards out for his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. Rowan Lawbaugh again with the extra point. Dallas led 14-0. That came with 4:31 remaining in the opening quarter. In the second quarter, early on, Dallas added to their lead, capping an 8-play, 63-yard drive on a 13-yard touchdown pass from Brady Zapaticki to Zach Pacheski. Pacheski was outstanding on that drive as he had receptions of 14 and 25 yards before the 13-yard touchdown pass. And by the way, that touchdown reception, his 10th of the season. Rowan Lawbaugh with the extra point. Dallas extended their lead to 21-0 with 11:17 remaining in the opening half. Dallas wasn't done. They got one more score on the board, capping a 10-play, 82-yard drive on a Brady Zapaticki 19-yard touchdown pass to his tight end Nick Farrell. Rowan Lawbaugh with the extra point. And Dallas goes in at halftime leading 28-0. Berwick had one opportunity. It came after Zapaticki's 13-yard touchdown pass to Pacheski early in the second quarter. The ensuing kickoff was returned 67 yards by Braylon Hawkins to the Dallas 23-yard line. But the Bulldogs could only get it to the 18. They gave it up there, and that put Dallas in line for that 10-play, 82-yard drive. And they go in with that commanding lead. Dallas 28 and Berwick 0. Stay with us at halftime. Andy Lickney will have the stats. Julie Lentz will bring us update on the scoreboard. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Experience a drive that makes you feel more connected than ever before at W&L Mazda. Discover the exhilarating power and stunning design of the all-new Mazda CX-90. Right now, we have as low as 3.9% financing for 60 months on this third-row SUV with seating up to 8, or go swiftly and confidently in a fuel-efficient Mazda CX-30, which offers up to 33 miles per gallon and as low as 2.9% financing for 60 months. We're off Route 11 in Northumberland. Online at WNLMazda.com. Financing for well-qualified applicants only. Offer cannot be combined with any other offers. See dealer for complete details and October 31st.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
Save today on a great selection of the best appliance brands and discover top-notch service at Flick Brothers Electric in Bloomsburg. Browse their showroom, which features appliances in a variety of different kitchen configurations and offers appliances and water heaters for every budget. Flick Brothers showcases top names like GE and GE Monogram, Whirlpool, Frigidaire, KitchenAid, Maytag, Sharp, Amana, and built in the USA Speed Queen and Viking appliances. Flick Brothers Electric, Maple Lane, Bloomsburg for over 65 years. Call 570-784-3444.
Neighbor Fence Company has fencing for where you want it, serving Columbia, Montour, and Luzerne counties. Neighbor Fence provides top-quality residential and commercial fencing, vinyl, chain link, wood, aluminum, and ornamental fencing, plus vinyl railing and specialty products. Neighbor Fence Company, 1140 State Route 239 in Wapwallopen. Call 570-752-4423 or visit them online at neighborfencecompany.com. Neighbor Fence Company is a proud sponsor of local youth athletic teams.
The home of the Berwick Bulldogs. This is W234BH Berwick at 94.7, WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3, W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3, W288CF Danville at 105.5, and streaming online at thisispopradio.com. Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains Media radio station.
Halftime for the part of Pennsylvania they refer to as the back mountain. More specifically, Dallas High School's Mountaineers Stadium. Dallas dominating the first half, leading Berwick by a score of 28-0. Andy Lickney with the stats, and I imagine they show dominance.
Oh, dominance. I don't know where to start. Try to make Berwick look a little bit better. Start with their offensive stats or start with defense by what they've given up. Just to give you a hint, Berwick's had 16 plays for just 20 yards. Dallas, on the other hand, with all that talent, 35 plays for 226. For Berwick, they just haven't been able to get it going. Jim, they don't have a first down yet. In the rushing game, 10 rushes for 11 yards. They've not been able to run that zone read. They just haven't had the ball all that much. Jimmy DeAndrea is the leading ball carrier. 2 carries for 7 yards, and one was just trying to get it out from the the goal line to their backs. Tyler Winter, 4 carries for 5. They've been gang tackling on him. So the man who's been averaging 95.5 yards a game, just 5 yards here at halftime. And then Ethan Lear, the second part of that option. No, he hasn't even had the chance to run it. Most of his carries were on scrambles. He's with 4 carries for -1 yard. Add the positives with the 1 negative, 10 carries for 11 yards rushing. Passing game, not really any better. 1 of 6 for Ethan Lear in the air on just a 9-yard catch. Braylon Hawkins caught that one on a 4th down. He had to come back to make the play. Good 8 yards away from the line to gain. So 9 yards in the air, 11 yards on the ground. In all, it's 16 plays for just 20 yards for Berwick if they've yet to earn a first down in the first half. Looking at Dallas, as balanced can be, 113 yards on the ground, 113 yards in the air, Total of 35 plays for 226 yards. On the ground, Dylan Getzky is leading the way as expected. He has 11 carries for 65 yards. He's a bull, 205-pounder. They block well for him. He follows those blocks and then finishes the run with dropping his head and going. Mike Lewis, the other running back, just 4 carries for him for 3 yards. Zach Pacheski, normally a receiver, but in this game he's gone into Wildcat. He's gone out of Wildcat, but taken a pitch from a Wildcat quarterback. 2 carries for 21 yards on the ground for the very talented Zach Pacheski. And Brady Zapaticki, the quarterback, we've seen him pushed out of Wildcat a few times, but normally he's taken that shotgun snap. 7 carries for 20 yards for Zapaticki here at halftime. Add them all up, it's 24 rushes, 113 yards. Passing, Zapaticki, 9 of 11? Seems a little off. Anyway, 9 receptions for 113 yards. Pacheski is the leading receiver. He has 4 catches for 74. Nick Farrell, tight end, caught a 19-yarder. He's a load. Dylan Getzky took a screen pass for 5. And Gavin Lewis caught one. They defended him well, knocked him back for 2. That was Gavin Lewis. And Mike Lewis out of the backfield took a screen for 10. 9 receptions, 113 yards in the air, 113 on the ground, 226 in total offense for Dallas High School Mountaineers, who look extremely strong. They seem to be improving with each game, and it's hard to find any fault in their game so far in this first half. Jim?
Early in the season, we saw some great offenses. Southern Columbia, Valley View, Abington Heights. This might be the most imaginative. I can't remember a team throwing more at you than what are you looking for? Is it I formation? Is it a hurry up? Is it the Wildcat? Is it? I mean, there's just a lot of moving parts here.
And then the screen pass is thrown in. You know, a lot of teams forget about their screen game. They've done 2 or 3 of them here. You worry about Zapaticki, you see someone else in Wildcat, you're almost glad. And then the Wildcat quarterback pitches it to Zapaticki. Or they put a different one in the Wildcat, and they pitch it to Pacheski, the receiver, and fake it to Zapaticki. Now, that trickery is there, but I think just with standard offense, Jim, you take the basic running of Dylan Getzky with 65 yards here. You take the basic passing in the game by Zapaticki to Pacheski for 74 yards. You know, you can replace those trick plays or funny formations with standard plays. I think you'd still have the same offense, but boy, a team that has to prepare, that's seeing all these different looks, different formations, different Wildcats, different reversing actions off of it. And then you got to key on the talent. You know, you have Pacheski, you have the big tight end Nick Farrell, you have Getzky, who's a load, you have Zapaticki, who's so versatile at quarterback. This is going to be a team that's going to make a nice run for a championship.
And it's easy to fall in love with all the bells and whistles we've seen on offense and forget how good they are on defense. We speculated before the game about what Berwick might be able to do with their offense because in the last 3 or 4 weeks, the Ethan Lear-Tyler Winter combination has been terrific with those zone reads. Dallas has played it better than anyone.
Yeah, and Berwick really hasn't had the opportunity. They haven't run that many plays, 16 plays for a total of 20 yards. And you start out with, you know, a couple vanilla, some basic standard plays before you want to get to that zone read, which you know they're anticipating. And, you know, you just haven't had the plays to try to get any rhythm with it. And again, the linebacking core on this team, Nick Farrell, who we mentioned, the tight end, is strong. Cummings and Wilk on the inside. Van Orden, who we've seen injured toward the end of the half, we'll probably see back. They're reading it well. They're getting to everything very well.
All Dallas at the break. They lead Berwick 28-0. We'll check other scores with Julie Lentz, so stay with us. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Drive your new GMC home today. New vehicles have been hard to come by. So at Alexander Family Buick GMC, we've been telling you to reserve your new GMC truck or SUV. But with 25 new GMCs in stock now and 25 more to arrive soon, you don't have to reserve one. You can drive one home today. And with the highest trade values, the lowest rates, and the Blaze Alexander lowest price guaranteed, now is the time to drive one off our lot. Shop online where we're always open. Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg. Taking the deals the other guys won't.
Proud sponsor of Penn State Athletics.
Don't let orthopedic issues keep you from doing what you love. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute is your orthopedic partner in Hazleton. With same-day appointments available, our team of experts treat everything from joint pain and sports injuries to orthopedic trauma. Live life fully again with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, located at 26 Station Circle in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Visit lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
The Mayo Funeral Homes, located at 110 Chestnut Street in Berwick and 77 Main Street in Chickashinny. Proud sponsors of Berwick Bulldog football. The Mayo Funeral Homes, serving all faiths, makes it easier for those you love with pre-arranged funeral counseling, insurance, and pre-financed funerals. Mayo Funeral Homes also offers expert guidance in both traditional and cremation services. Mayo Funeral Homes, perfection in every detail.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
We are at halftime from Mountaineers Stadium in Dallas. The unbeaten Mountaineers of Dallas leading Berwick by a score of 28-0. For an update on other high school football scores as we kick off weekend number 7 of the 10-week regular season, let's go to Julie Lentz.
Thank you so much, as always, Jim. As I'm looking down my score sheet here, Danville is ahead of Montoursville 35-0. That's at the half. Crestwood just pulled ahead. They're ahead of Hazleton area 14-7. That's still in the second. Williamsport is ahead of Wyoming Valley West 28-7. That's also in the second. Southern Columbia is ahead of Central Columbia 26-7. That's also in the second. Milton is ahead of Bloomsburg 10-7. That's at the half. Jersey Shore is ahead of Shamokin 28-7 at the half. Loyalsock, they are ahead of Lewisburg 21-7. That's also at the half. Mifflinburg is ahead of Shikellamy 28-0. That's at the half. Mount Carmel is ahead of Hughesville 28-7. Also at the half. Selinsgrove, big one. They are ahead of Central Mountain 49-6. That one's at the half as well. Warrior Run is ahead of Midwest 35-0 at the half. Scranton Prep is ahead of Abington Heights 35-0. That's still in the second. And Valley View is ahead of Scranton 7-0. That's all I got for now. So let's head back to the Berwick game with Jim Doyle and Andy Ulickney.
Thank you very much, Julie. Right here it is Dallas 28 and Berwick 0. We'll be back with the second half kickoff. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding. Specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Both teams have made their appearance out on the field. The Bulldogs warming up across from us, and to our left, the Mountaineers of Dallas. We are into weekend number 7 of the regular season, so it's time to look at the playoff possibilities upcoming. As far as District 2-4A is concerned, where both Berwick and Dallas are involved, Berwick, with that win last week over Wyoming Valley West, moved up from 9th to 6th. The rest of the standings right now, Wyoming area has moved up to 1st. Valley View is 2nd. This Dallas team is 3rd. Crestwood is 4th. Tunkhannock is 5th. Berwick is 6th. Nanticoke is 7th. And Honesdale is 8th. So if the season ended right now, those would be the teams involved. Berwick at number 6 would travel right back here, number 3, Dallas, which is a frightening thought. But there's a lot of season still to go, and a lot of things can change. But, you know, if you're wondering about those points, they went to a PowerPoint system a couple of years ago, which I think is very, very fair. And what it does is it gives you credit for the teams that you play. So the teams on your schedule, the better they do, the better you are in the points. Obviously, if you beat them, that's a great advantage. But even if you don't, you still get points for that. And the fact is, Berwick has played a brutal schedule. They've had Southern Columbia, which is still undefeated, Valley View, which is still undefeated, this Dallas team, which is still undefeated. Next week, they'll face a Danville team that has 1 loss, and that was to unbeaten Southern Columbia. So as those teams win, Berwick adds points. So the Bulldogs are probably going to make the postseason as a result, because their schedule has been unbelievable.
It has been tough, Jim, and it's going to stay tough the rest of the way, but you hope to eke out another couple wins somewhere in those last 3. Hazelton's been struggling this year, but you know they're a bigger school and might put it together by the time they get to week 10. Is it Crestwood and Danville? Danville's going to be an uphill battle. Crestwood, you're sort of that middle of the pack. You never know what you're going to get, but they've been protecting championship teams from the past, so they have the heritage.
You know, you go against a Dallas team like this, to get things going, you need a good start. Boy, it couldn't have worked out worse for Berwick.
No.
The opening kickoff is returned by Gavin Lewis, 72 yards. 2 plays later, they're in the end zone, and all of a sudden you're on your heels less than a minute into the game.
Yeah, you'd really like to make something happen early. A kick return here for a touchdown would be wonderful. Because if you don't do it here and Dallas scores, you're probably going to be into the mercy rule, and then things just go very fast against you.
Berwick will receive. Dallas kicking off. Bulldogs moving from our right to our left in the second half, which is underway. The kick goes to the far side. It's Braylon Hawkins back in the Berwick 8 to the 10, to the 15, and he is gang tackled at about the 22-yard line. Among the many things that Dallas does well is cover, although they were burned once by Braylon Hawkins in that first half. That kickoff, for instance, I think there were 9 out of the 11 players
within 5 yards of the tackle. No, I agree, and the kicker purposely stays back as the last man. One other man was about 10 yards away because he had contained here on the near side. So, yeah, they get down there and get after you.
So we'll see if Berwick has made any adjustments offensively for this second half. They take over at their own 22-yard line with a first down. 3 receivers to the left side. Lear has the snap, dumps a pass off, has his man, Tyler Winter, and he gets out to the 29-yard line. Good first down play.
Yeah, Nate Malarkey coming up and making the tackle, but I was pleased to see on the outside that the wide receivers engaged people in the secondary and created a nice screen for him. He'll get 6 yards on that.
Second down, we'll call it a long 3 for Berwick from the 29-yard line. Just underway here in the second half. Slot to the right side. Caleb May wide left. Out of the pistol now. Dallas coming on a run blitz. Lear fakes handoff, keeps the football, lost the football, and Dallas is on it at the Berwick 27, I believe.
Yeah, they did. They stripped it away, and he kept going forward. Mike Lewis coming up with the fumble, Jim. They looked like they were going to have some success with the zone read. Faked it inside. Ethan Lear took it wide as he tried to get by the tacklers. They consciously went at the football. And as Lear goes forward, falling, the ball just stays there.
Douse at the Berwick 27, their first snap of the second half. Brady Zapaticki fakes to Lewis, keeps the football. Lots of running room up the middle, still on his feet down to the 10-yard line. It really opened up straight ahead for quarterback Brady Zapaticki.
So many weapons. You have to key in on Dylan Geske. He's taking the fake off to the left. They run the quarterback straight up the middle, but that good fake opened the middle up.
16 yards on the run. First and 10, Dallas at the Berwick 11. Now they go to a straight I formation. Jarrett Webb is the fullback ahead of Dylan Geske in the I. Geske gets the call, tries the left side, and is spun down right about the line of scrimmage.
Ty Wilkerson coming in from his outside linebacker on the right. A little miscommunication there. One man ran into the other in the backfield, not a clean exchange, and Wilkerson, seeing it, comes in strong.
They'll lose a yard to the 12. Second and 11 for the Mountaineers. Again, the I formation. Farrell's the tight end to the right. Zapaticki under center. Gives the ball to Geske, trying to sweep the left side. Gets inside the 10 and down to around the 5-yard line.
But you just see the wall of blockers, Jim. It's going to be a sweep to the right out of the I formation. So the fullback's leading. Quarterback hands it off. 2 linemen pull. Tight end on that side has a block, and you can just see they fronted the Berwick D.
Third down and 2 for Dallas. The ball down around the 3-yard line. As Geske gets the call off the right side, goes in standing up for a Dallas touchdown. Dylan Geske, his second rushing touchdown of the game. This one from 3 yards out.
And that'll set it up for the PAT to put it into the mercy rule. And this kicker's been perfect here in this game. And for all I know, on the season, he's looked very strong and very comfortable kicking. Geske powering over his right guard. That's just too much for Berwick.
Rowan Lawbaugh to kick out of the hold of Nate Malarkey. The kick is partially blocked, and it still goes through. Still goes through. Time out of the field, 9:27 to go in the third quarter of play. The score, Dallas 35, Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Don't let orthopedic issues keep you from doing what you love. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute is your orthopedic partner in Hazleton. With same-day appointments available, our team of experts treat everything from joint pain and sports injuries to orthopedic trauma. Live life fully again with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, located at 26 Station Circle in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Visit lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
On Berwick's first possession of the third quarter, Gavin Lewis recovers an Ethan Lear fumble at the 27. That leads to a 4-play scoring drive. Dylan Geske going in from 3 yards out for the touchdown. Rowan Lawbaugh's kick was deflected, but it still made it through. And now we are in the mercy rule for the rest of this game, which has 9:27 to go in the third. As the kick is fielded by Hawkins, and he gets over the 25 out to about the 27-yard line.
Looking solid with his returns is Hawkins. Gets it. He had a great return earlier in the game. But the coverage is just very, very strong. A well-coached team, and even the specialty parts of the game where people come down in their lanes and then converge on the ball carrier. They have that mastered.
So Berwick, 1st and 10, their second possession of this third quarter. First possession looked like they finally had something going, but coughed it up on the fumble. And now the Bulldogs will try to get something going from their 28. Josh Kishbaugh is wide to the left. Braylon Hawkins in a slot to that side. Ethan Lear out of the gun, play action. Back to throw, now he's in trouble. He'll be buried back at the 23-yard line.
In other games, what he would fake and there'd be no one open, he'd usually be able to find a lane to run. But Dallas he just doesn't allow it. They contain him in. He tries to turn it upfield. Linebackers are stepping up. Nowhere to go, and on that sack, he'll lose 5.
2nd down and 15. Bulldogs at their 23. They break the huddle and send a slot to the left side and wide receiver right. Tyler Winter is the running back to the left of Ethan Lear. Lear has the snap and a quick hit to the far side. A diving attempt at an interception at the 20. Are they giving that player the ball?
I would. Lucas Turpak dove in front. They're going to say it bounced in.
Yep, the official right there makes the call. But, boy, it's just so tough. First of all, you have to get it off quickly to have a chance to get it off. And then they're playing up so tight. There's just not much you can do.
Yeah, Turpak came up in front, dove, and the question is, could he scoop it off the ground or would it bounce in? Mike Monahan, who has the best view as the referee from near the quarterback, is the one who wiped it away.
3rd and 15. 3 receivers to the right. Lear out of the gun. Dallas coming on a blitz. Lear is going to be sacked back at the 11-yard line.
They saw Nick Farrell coming. The right tackle pointed over. Choice Shuckers did. Hey, I'm going to have to go out and get him. But Farrell just too quick to tackle from a 3-point stance. Can't get out as the man is wide. And he drills it on the quarterback for a big loss.
Loss of 13 altogether. So 4th and a mile for Berwick as Hawkins back in his own end zone. Zach Pacheski anticipating. Line drive kick. Return from the 45. Turns the corner at the 40. Spins down to the 32-yard line. Hit pretty hard there. Nice return by Pacheski. Great field position for Dallas. They'll take over with 6:34 to go in this third, and they lead it 35-0.
He made the first man miss, and without the punt being as high as all the previous punts, he's able to get the return. Sidesteps the first man down, gets about 5 yards, and then Caleb May puts a hard hit on him, knocking him forward.
1st and 10, Dallas at the Berwick 30. I formation. Zapatiki under center. Webb is the fullback. Geske, the tailback, gets the call. Straight ahead. Hit hard, but he still bounces ahead for close to 5.
Jimmy DeAndrea coming up, fills the gap, but he loses in the collision as Geske has that head of steam from 5 yards deep in the backfield and then 2 yards past the line of scrimmage.
Dallas last year had a tremendous running back with big numbers, Parker Balesta. And Geske is filling that role, and he has an opportunity to be a 1,000-yard rusher for this team. Had well over 600 coming into this game, and this is just week 7.
79 yards so far, and depending on how long they keep him in, he should get another 100-yard game. He averages 102.5 a game. And it's just a question of he probably could have more, but they have so many other weapons that Zapatiki can throw to that, there's only so many footballs you can hand off or pass in the course of the game.
A lot of delays here. The referee looking over to the sideline saying to Dallas, what do you want to do? And I'm not sure what that was all about, as they have a slot to the left side. 5 on the play clock now, as Zapatiki dumps it out to the left side. Pacheski has running room inside the 15 and ridden out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. That clock will continue to run as we are in the mercy rule with 4:49 remaining in the third.
And eventually Caleb May has to give him a push out of bounds, but it's thrown in the backfield. A little swing pass look as Pacheski was a setback. It was surprising to see the talented wide receiver there, but they still get him the ball and get him an open field.
17 yards on the reception. He's having quite a night with 4:27 to go in the third.
About 90 yards on 5 catches.
And he is wide to the right side. Dallas from the Berwick 8. I formation. Zapatiki gives straight ahead. It's the fullback Webb. No, it's Geske, I believe.
Yeah, I believe it's Geske as well. And the lineman diving, trying to get at him. Shea Shucker's tripping him up. Or he'd have been able to high step it into the end zone.
So Dallas knocking on the door with under 4 minutes to go in this third quarter. So they have a second down at the Berwick 3-yard line.
It seems delayed because they go right to the line without huddling, Jim, and then they all look to the sideline. They're very aware of the clock as it counts down, and they don't hurry themselves. Very deliberate in play selection and calling it at the line. Here we are with it counting down 7 and 6, and they'll get it off.
From the 3-yard line, Geske gets the call, tries the right side, looking for the end zone. Dylan Geske still pushing forward, but no indication from the officials, so Berwick has stopped him short of the goal line.
For now, Harrison Snyder caught him and stood him up, and he kept chugging, and Snyder kept fighting, and they let them wrestle with it for a while. A lot of pushing, but Harrison Snyder will keep him short of the score.
From the 1-yard line, third down and goal for Dallas.
And again, taking their time, skill positions, looking to the sideline. Lineman is kind of resting over the football. They'll get the call from the quarterback, Zapatiki.
From the 1, Geske is the tailback in the eye. Zapatiki will give it to Geske, tries the middle, second effort, gets in for the touchdown. Dylan Geske from 1 yard out, his third rushing touchdown of this game.
He's a talent, but he'll credit the rest of the team. The offensive line has been very, very strong. Ran to his left, Emmett Moore, John Cummings at the point of attack. You mentioned that nice fullback in number 44 helping lead the way, Jarrett Webb. Power football, they needed a yard, and he's able to get it for them.
5 plays, 30 yards. As Rowan Lawball will attempt the extra point out of the hold of Nate Larkey.
Last one got kicked, but still got through.
This one is up, and this one is clean. Time on the field, 2:24. Remaining in the third, Dallas 42, Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Dylan Geske in for the touchdown. I said it was his third, just his second of the night. And Dallas leading Berwick by a score of 42-0. Looks like one of those name your score nights. We are in the mercy rule. We have 2 minutes and 24 seconds remaining in this third quarter.
And it looks like there's a lot of new players here in on kick coverage, Jim, as they're going to kick this from the left hash. Number 21 doing the kicking, a freshman, David Worth.
So it may be that Dallas is ready to empty the bench here with that big lead here in the third. The kick comes up short, fielded at the 27-yard line. Return out over the 35 to about the 37.
Aiden George catching that. I thought he might have gone with a fair catch because it was high enough and short. So you worry about people getting down and interfering with you. But good safe hands and able to forward about 5 more yards before running into the scrum.
Yeah, and when you don't get many opportunities, heck with the fair catch.
That's right. Take it and go.
37-yard line is the line of scrimmage. That's where Berwick will put it in play with 2:17 remaining in this third quarter. Again, the Bulldogs home next Friday to take on the Ironmen of Danville, coached by former Bulldog Carl Major. It'll be homecoming. And again, we'll give you the details that we have them concerning that ceremony that will go on late afternoon, naming a street that parallels Crispin Field as George Curry Way. The call goes off the right side and nothing doing. With the subs in, Dallas gets a nice defensive play.
Yeah, freshman Hunter Pitcavage coming up strong from the outside linebacker. Meeting Winter right in there, and I think Winter's down after the tackle. They're going to have a pause.
So we will take the timeout. 1:58 to go in the third. Dallas 42, Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Hi, this is Jonathan from Nespoli Jewelers in Berwick. We are happy to announce that once again we will have the Nespoli Jewelers Athlete of the Week throughout this football season. Each week, the Berwick coaches will choose an athlete who worked hard, was a good teammate, and put forth his best effort all week. We will announce this student athlete on this station prior to the Berwick football game, and we will be honoring him by donating $100 in his name to the charity of his choice. For more information on the chosen Nespoli Athlete of the Week, please visit us on our Instagram and Facebook pages.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
32nd and 9.
1:58 remaining in the third quarter. Tyler Winter appeared to be okay. Walked off the sideline under his own power. And Berwick facing a second down and 9. They have it at their own 38-yard line. Ethan Lear gives the ball to the left side and looked like a lot of running room, but the Berwick running back might have tripped over one of his blockers. It was Jimmy DeAndrea.
Yeah, he had a lane, Jim, heading out toward the C gap. Berwick had it blocked very nicely, but somehow he stumbles in that backfield, a yard behind the line of scrimmage, and just can't make it up.
Third down and 7. Bulldogs at their own 40-yard line. Lear went to the sideline, as he is prone to do, to talk to offensive coordinator Nick Dawson. Has the play call. Braylon Hawkins is in the running back position to the right of Lear. Here's the third down call. Ethan rolls right, looks to throw, fires, has a man, but the ball cannot be gathered at midfield. Boy, Ethan Lear took a real hit just as he got that off. Had a nice throw, just couldn't be caught.
Alex Estrella had it coming at the numbers and in the hands, but the secondary came up, and as soon as he was touching the ball, he was being hit. One you just can't hold on to as the ball is shocked away from you.
4th and 7, as Sam Kelly will be back anticipating the punt of Braylon Hawkins. Ethan Lear does the Berwick long snapping. Long count. What's happening here? Oh, they're waiting for the third quarter to come to an end. They're going to let play through. That is it. 3 quarters in the books. Dallas 42, Berwick nothing. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Don't let orthopedic issues keep you from doing what you love. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute is your orthopedic partner in Hazleton. With same-day appointments available, our team of experts treat everything from joint pain and sports injuries to orthopedic trauma. Live life fully again with Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute, located at 26 Station Circle in the Humboldt Industrial Park. Visit lvhn.org/ortho or call 833-LV-ORTHO. Lehigh Valley Orthopedic Institute. Your health deserves a partner.
Hi, this is Cassidy from the Independence Ford Service Department, Route 11 in Bloomsburg. Does your Ford or Lincoln vehicle need service? Having trouble getting an appointment at your usual service center? At Independence Ford, we can and will take care of all your service needs. Regardless of where you purchase your Ford or Lincoln vehicle, our goal is to get you back on the road. Give me a call for an appointment today at 784-1414.
Come and get a great deal and total satisfaction.
Independence Ford, better people, better prices.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Fourth quarter begins with a punt by Braylon Hawkins. Comes up very, very short and will roll dead at the Dallas 42-yard line. So we've just started the fourth quarter. We're in the mercy rule as Dallas has the 42-0 lead. Rich Manella had a whole new unit in on defense. I'm anticipating the same on offense as his Dallas team takes over at the 42.
The PA announcer told him that he used 4 different quarterbacks in the last game, Jim, so keep your eyes out.
And it looks like Berwick doing some substituting as well.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Hayden George is in on that defensive front for the Bulldogs.
Braden Schaefer out at a corner.
As trotting on is Brady McCann, a freshman wearing number 14. He will take the snap as the Mountaineers have it at their 42-yard line.
24 is the tailback, Jim.
And that is another
Logan
Geske. Logan.
Yep.
And Logan Geske looks like Dylan Geske as he goes up the middle to midfield.
Gavin Galusha, good to see him back healthy and dressed, in its safety, able to make the tackle. But the younger Geske here, able to burst through for 8.
Berwick staff very high in the future of Gavin Galusha.
Yeah.
Just a 9th grader running back. We've seen him start at safety during the course of this season. Ball at midfield. 2nd down and 2 for the Mountaineers of Dallas. Mentioned Berwick at home against Danville next week. Dallas will also be away at Wallenpaupack. Wide receiver to either side. Call goes. Geske again. Berwick finishes it off. He'll not get the first down as he's brought down about the 49-yard line.
Everett Snyder at one linebacker, Brock Sims at the other, meet at the ball carrier. Nice play in there.
Loss of a yard. That'll bring up 3rd down and 3 for Dallas. Brady McCann tried to the sideline to talk to head coach Rich Manella as they try to convert here on 3rd and 3. High formation behind him. McCann keeps the football himself off the left side, fumbles the football, and Berwick gets on it at the Bulldog 43-yard line.
He tried to bootleg, did nice action. People were going with him, but defenders here on the near side saw it coming, came up. As they go to wrap on the tackle, they tug at the arm, tug that ball loose, and Berwick recovers.
Sawyer Keller, a junior, on the recovery for the Bulldogs, will take over with 9:37 remaining. And Dallas leading this one by a score of 42-0. First turnover of the game for the Mountaineers.
Haven't had many penalties either, Jim. And, there's formulas for success. Not making mental mistakes, playing good assignment football. They're coached well at technique. Of course, they raise the talent, work the weight room. And then you eliminate turnovers, work your specialty teams. It's all strong program.
Berwick will come to the line of scrimmage. Ethan Lear in there at the quarterback spot. Braylon Hawkins is the running back behind him in the pistol. And Hawkins gets the call and tries the left side, turns the corner at midfield and gets to the Dallas 49-yard line. So some running room off the left for Braylon Hawkins on the first down play.
Yeah, freshman Hunter Pitcavage, a lively linebacker, getting over to that ball. Now, too much ground, they would feel, for the Dallas defense, but that's not his area of contained responsibility.
2nd and 2. Bulldogs at the Mountaineer 49. Berwick trying to get on the board. The call goes to Hawkins again. He's got running room, 35-30, 25-20, 15-10-5, and he is in for the first Berwick touchdown of the evening. Braylon Hawkins from 49 yards out.
Beautiful run. Nice blocking on the inside. Pretty much a vanilla type of play. He was able to split the linebackers and then split the safeties. And he showed tremendous speed, which no one was able to angle and catch him. So a strong run there by Braylon Hawkins to add to his, was it a kick return or punt return? Kick return. Having a nice game, showing his stuff.
Berwick trying to get organized for this extra point attempt by Luke Peters. And the snap is bobbled. Scramble is on. Dallas recovered, so the
West 55
never gets good. And there's timeout in the field. 8:37 remaining. Dallas 42, Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Planning your next big event? Weddings, concerts, church festivals, even construction sites. Preferred Portables has you covered. Preferred Portables offers a luxury restroom trailer that even has hot water. No power? No problem. They can provide a generator to keep the lights on. They even provide sanitary service to campgrounds, parks, parties, and have 24-hour emergency service. Contact Preferred Portables to learn about event and contractor pricing. Check out their website, preferredportables.com. We're number one when you have to go number two.
This is Berwick football coach Mike Bennett. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Well, last Friday at Crispin Field, Berwick's Braylon Hawkins caught his first touchdown pass of the season. And now he has his first rushing touchdown of the season. This one from 49 yards out. Bulldogs' initial score of this game, they trail 42-6, 8:37 remaining.
Brady McCann, who's been quarterbacking, is one of your deep men out there, Jim, I believe.
As Luke Peters will kick it off for the Bulldogs. His kick is a low-line drive, muffed by one of the up men who covers it at the 32-yard line.
Again, smart coaching. Realizes whether he touches it or not, it's going to be a live ball. So if it's coming his way, try to scoop it. You don't get it cleanly, go and fall on it. Smart play.
So Dallas with their second possession with the backups offensively. Still 8:33 to go in the game. Stay with us in the post game. Julie Lentz will bring us updated on the high school football scoreboard as we are into weekend number 7 of the 10-week regular season for the 2023 season.
Number 16, Travis Cheskevich coming out, the quarterback. Jim, he's had a few snaps last week.
From the 33-yard line. I formation behind the sophomore, Travis Cheskevich. Handoff off the right side, looked like Hunter Pitkavich on the carry, as he'll get a couple to the 37-yard line.
He's 14 carries on the year, 42 yards. We've seen him making a number of tackles from the linebacker position. Good strong run as he ran up behind his fullback, doing a nice job in there. Bob Booth is the fullback, 5'4", 185 pounds.
Second down coming for the Mountaineers, as Cheskevich went to the sideline to get the play call. Getting the formation behind him. Using a lot of play clock. Pitkevich the call. Up the gut. Keeps the legs moving. Short of the first down. Out to about the 41-yard line. As Berwick's Brock Sims among the people in on the play.
Yeah, Josh Kishbach coming over from quarterback to the middle of the field to help out on the tackle.
Ball at the 41. Third down and 2 coming for Dallas.
During the game, they weren't huddling all that much. They were getting signals as they were in their alignments. Now with the number 2s and 3s in there, they're working from the huddle.
So third down and 2. I formation. Call goes to tailback, tries the right side. He'll get the first down. A good burst out to the 49-yard line.
Trying to see who it is. Number 6, that's Sam Kelly. 9th carry of the season. Ran very hard. And again, I'm impressed by the work of the fullback, Bob Booth. He's a sophomore. Only 5'4", but 185 pounds. A good stocky build in there leading the way.
And we've made reference to Dallas and how well they're coached during the course of this evening. And I'm really impressed when you get into the second, maybe even the third team.
Right.
And you just don't see
They know where they belong. They know how to line up, know their positions, know the formations, know the huddle calls. No penalties.
From the 48-yard line in their own territory. Call off the left side. Good reversal to midfield. Turning the corner. That's Sam Kelly down the far side. Still on his feet to the 27-yard line. Play designed to come to the left. Kelly started that way. Said there's nothing there. I'll take it the other way. Did a great job. He'll end up at the Berwick 27-yard line.
Now, credit the Berwick defense on the right side to force him to reverse his field. They didn't give him any lanes to run. But then credit Kelly with the change of direction and outrunning the backside who's not playing to contain.
25 yards on the carry by Sam Kelly as we're under 5 minutes remaining in the game. Again, Travis Cheskevich continues at the quarterback controls for the Mountaineers. They break the huddle. Kelly again, the tailback in the eye. Cheskevich gives to him, tries to sweep the left side. Berwick's there, and he'll get very little on the play. There is a flag down. Haven't seen a lot of flags in this game.
No, and this one's at the point of the tackle. I think a Berwick player reached in, got the face mask. Yes, we can hear you, Mike Monahan, very clearly. Berwick unable to square up clearly as people are in there blocking and getting in the way of the Berwick defenders. They're getting to the ball, they're rallying there, but they can't square up and they end up reaching and grabbing, and that time they grabbed at a face mask.
It's the inadvertent face mask call, 5 yards to the Berwick 23-yard line with the clock running and 4:14 to go. Cheskevich will bring his team to the line of scrimmage. I formation behind him. Gives straight ahead to the fullback and nothing doing. Right at the line of scrimmage. Aiden George with a good defensive play for the Bulldogs.
Kenny Martin is that fullback, Jim, and I was just thinking in my head, we've seen a lot of fullbacks in this game, but they don't get to touch the ball. They're only in there for blocking purposes. But here as they get to their third fullback, Kenny Martin, the freshman who's 5'5", is able to get a carry.
Yeah, fullback on some levels of football, a dying position, but still a place in the high school game for a good fullback.
Oh, I agree. It was a feature part of my teams when I had the Southern Columbia program built around the fullback.
I formation. Kenny Martin is the fullback, but the tailback Kelly gets the call, and he will be brought down about the 24-yard line. Getting back to the fullback call, when Charles Cruz was the head coach at Williamsport, I was going over a lineup with him. I said, Coach, do you use a fullback? He says, nah, they just get in the way of my athletes.
Well, Dallas uses it. It's an important position, but it's an important position as a blocker. It's like having a very nimble, agile guard back there. They have some size, and they lead these other big running backs like Getsky through the holes, and they create a lot of the interference.
3rd down and 6. Dallas at the Berwick 25. Cheskevich has had the long talk with Rich Manella. Rich, very good friends with Bloomsburg University coach Frank Sheptock. They went at each other for many years when Frank was at Wilkes. Rich was at Kings, as Dallas is just going to take a knee here. So even though they went at each other on the field, even though they were basically recruiting the same kids, they became very good friends. And of course, Frank, the head coach at Bloomsburg University, and Andy and I will be at Danny Hale Field at Redmond Stadium tomorrow for the Huskies game against Kutztown. That is a 2 o'clock kickoff. We hope you...
Quarterback. And there's the snap upcoming and the knee again. They'll take a minus yardage.
So good sportsmanship on the part of Rich Manella. He knows his team doesn't need any more scores. They got the subs in. They got a couple of series. And now Berwick will have it one more time with 1:13 remaining in this game. Again, stay with us after the game, after I give you the scoring. Andy will have all the stats for you, and we'll check with Julie Lentz for an update on the high school football.
Manella and all the collegiate experience he had, and then the years here in high school at Dallas, and you know what a great coaching resume. Go across to the other side to a Bo Orlando.
Gives the ball to Gavin Galusha. Makes a nice move, makes a man miss, and a good run by him out to the 37-yard line. Picks up close to 10. So Galusha, a player they really think is going to be a good player in this program. And you know, with Tyler Winter moving on after this season, who knows? Galusha could be the feature back. He got 10 there to the 37 for a first down.
He plays well. Needs to grow a little bit more, Jimmy. And, of course, just a freshman, you have those growth spurts.
Lear out of the gun. Gives to Galusha again. Gavin sweeping the right side. Nice straight arm, and he gets out to the 43-yard line. He'll pick up about 5 more on what could be the final play of this game. We'll see if Berwick wants to press the issue with the ball at the 42-yard line as they break the huddle. 12 seconds to go in the game. Lear will give Galusha one more crack at it. He sweeps the left side, gets by one man and another, and gets to the 46-yard line on what will be the final play of this game. The final score, Dallas 42 and Berwick 6. You're listening to Bulldogs football on Pop Radio.
Mason's Monogramming has the largest selection of Bulldog items in Berwick. Family owned with more than 30 years experience and new Bulldog wear for every age, including masks, tees, polos, sweater shirts, jackets, and hats. They even have brand new indestructible silicone cups, koozies, car coasters, decals, and more. Shop at masonsmonogram.com for their new items and select in-person pickup or shipping right to you. Follow their Instagram at Mason's Monogram for their latest new items. Mason's Monogram service in Berwick. Let them personalize for you.
Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick, the roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Red's Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Red's Roofing, the roofing ninjas, now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
Looking for convenient and reliable dumpster rentals for your residential or commercial project? EcoFirst Logistics has you covered with dumpster rentals from Bloomsburg to Hazleton and surrounding areas. Their dumpster rental service is designed to make waste disposal easy, hassle-free, and eco-friendly. Whether you're planning a construction or renovation project, junk removal, or a major cleanup, they carry a range of dumpster sizes to fit your needs and ensure that what can be saved is sorted out. On the web at eco-firstlogistics.com or on Facebook.
Drive your new GMC home today. New vehicles have been hard to come by. So at Alexander Family Buick GMC, we've been telling you to reserve your new GMC truck or SUV. But with 25 new GMCs in stock now and 25 more to arrive soon, you don't have to reserve one. You can drive one home today. And with the highest trade values, the lowest rates, and the Blaze Alexander lowest price guaranteed, now is the time to drive one off our lot. Shop online where we're always open. Alexander Family Buick GMC in Bloomsburg. Taking the deals the other guys won't.
Proud sponsor of Penn State Athletics. Athletics.
Reds Roofing, the roofing ninjas of Berwick. The roofing experts for all of our listening area. With over 30 years experience and great rates, why go anywhere else when Reds Roofing will get the job done right for your roofing, decks, and siding, specializing in metal roofs, rubber roofs, and shingles. Most of the work is done in one day. Reds Roofing, the roofing ninjas. Now located in Dushore and also serving Bradford and Sullivan counties with owner Harry Titus, a supporter of the Berwick football team and St. Jude Children's Hospital. Call 570-752-4351.
The home of the Berwick Bulldogs. This is W234BH Berwick at 94.7. WBWX W242CY Berwick at 96.3. W282CO Bloomsburg at 104.3. W288CF Danville at 105.5. And streaming online at thisispopradio.com. Pop Radio, a Seven Mountains Media radio station.
Mountaineers of Dallas are now 7-0 for one reason. They're good. They're very, very good. They started this game with a 72-yard kick return by Gavin Lewis to the Berwick 7-yard line. 2 plays later, quarterback Brady Zapaticki on a keeper from 5 yards out. Rowan Lawball fouled with the extra point. Less than a minute into this game, Dallas had a 7-0 lead. Next time they got the football, they went 10 plays, 60 yards. Dylan Geske, the first of 3 rushing touchdowns for him on the night. From 2 yards out, Lawball again with the extra point. 14 after 1 in the second quarter. Brady Zapaticki, 13-yard touchdown pass to Zach Pacheski, his 10th touchdown reception of the season. Big night for him. On that drive, he also had catches of 14 and 25 yards. Rowan Lawball kicked the extra point after Zapaticki's touchdown pass to Pacheski. 21-0 was the Dallas lead. Berwick then had their best opportunity of the opening half. The ensuing kickoff, a really nice return of 67 yards by Braylon Hawkins to the Dallas 23-yard line. However, the Bulldogs only able to get to the 18-yard line, lost the ball on downs. Dallas took over and mounted a 10-play, 82-yard drive, capped on a 19-yard touchdown pass. Brady Zapaticki to his tight end, Nick Farrell. Rowan Lawball with the extra point. That was with 5:39 to go in the half. There was no further scoring. Dallas led at the break 28-0 as they had 226 total yards in that first half to just 20 for the Bulldogs. Well, any chance of Berwick mounting a comeback ended early in the third quarter. Berwick's second play from scrimmage, Ethan Lear fumble recovered by Gavin Lewis at the 27. 4 plays later, Dylan Geske in from 3 yards out. Lawball with the extra point. 35-0 Dallas with 9:27 to go in the third, and that put the game into the mercy rule mode. Later, after a short punt, Dallas took over at the Berwick 30. Geske, a 1-yard touchdown run, the 5th play of the possession. Lawball with the extra point. Dallas led 42-0, and the subs came on toward the latter stages of that third quarter. Against Dallas's subs, Berwick finally got on the board with 8:37 to go in the game. Braylon Hawkins, his first rushing touchdown of the season, this one from 49 yards out. There was a problem on the snap and the hold following that touchdown, so the extra point failed. That was all the scoring for tonight. Dallas wins it. A score 42-6. Stats in tonight's game. Neil Ligney.
Well, lopsided in Dallas's favor, and yet you could see the sportsmanship that they didn't lay it on in the second half. In fact, only 1 passing attempt in the second half. That a 17-yarder to Pacheski from Zapaticki. Dallas finishes with 56 plays for 326 yards. They hold Berwick to 28 plays and just 86 yards. For Berwick on the ground, 20 plays, and it's a plus 71 is the net. 90 yards gained and 19 lost by the quarterback. Ethan Lear was under pressure the entire game. Not so much as sacked, but being harassed. He suffered a few sacks and then forced to scramble, and he couldn't really get anywhere on his running plays. They had him defended well. So he was 7 carries for minus 19 yards. And that's a rarity for a guy who's been averaging 54 yards a game. Tyler Winter, well, they stopped him too. He was averaging 95.5 yards a game. Here in this one, 5 carries, 33 yards. 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 5 carries, 33 yar just 6 yards. Jimmy DeAndrea, 3 carries for 8. Braylon Hawkins, I thought, looked good. Defensively, kick returns, and then a beautiful touchdown run. In all, 2 runs for 57 yards coming late in the game. Gavin Galusha looked strong, finishing things out. He had the last 3 carries for 18 yards for him. In all, 20 carries, 90 to the good, minus 19 to the bad, a net of 71 yards in the running game. Passing game, not much better. Ethan Lear is 2 of 8 for 15 yards as they really defended and pressured him. Braylon Hawkins had a 9-yard catch. Tyler Winter, a 6-yard catch. 15 in the air, 71 on the ground, make it 86 yards for Berwick on 28 plays. Berwick needed to play keep away, but those 28 plays in no way matched the 56 that Dallas was able to run for 326 yards. Nice balance of run and pass. On the ground, 205. In the air, 121, but they pretty much eschewed the passing game in the second half. Just 1 pass, a 17-yard completion in that one attempt. Brady Zapaticki overall on the night, 10 of 12 passing, a great percentage. He doesn't throw interceptions, no. 121 yards in the air. Zach Pacheski, outstanding receiver, looked good returning punts, looked solid on defense. I like him on my team. 5 catches for 89 yards for Pacheski. Nick Farrell, big tight end, a 19-yard touchdown catch for him. Dylan Getsky caught a 5-yarder out of the backfield. Gavin Lewis lost 2 yards on his catch. Mike Lewis gained 10 yards on his catch, and that rounds out the receiving corps. On the ground, 44 rushes, 207-plus yards, minus 2 yards. Put those on the kneel downs at the end of the game. Keski is the feature runner, 18 rushes for him for 89 yards. He looked strong. Mike Lewis not used all that much, 4 carries for just 3 yards. And then other runners we've seen in the second half, Hunter Pitkevich, 2 carries for 8. Zach Pacheski, well, we saw him early, not at his wide receiver spot, but sometime in the backfield. Wildcat and little end-around actions, 2 runs for 21 yards for Pacheski as they like to use his talents. Sam Kelly was finishing out the game, 4 carries, 37. Kenny Martin had a 5-yard tote. Logan Getsky, 2 carries for a total of 7. And Brady McCann at quarterback, 1 yard on a run. And the team with the 2 kneel downs, minus 2 yards there. And then Brady Zapaticki quarterbacking. He's a threat with his legs, 8 carries for 36 yards. 205 on the ground, 121 in the air, 326. As this team seems to be getting better and better each week, Jim, I wouldn't want to have to play them in the playoffs.
Not at all, as they win handily here. For an update on other scores, let's go to the studios of Pop Radio and Julie Lentz.
Thanks again, Jim. As always, looking down my score sheet, a couple of the games still going on just because of how quick our game was. Danville is ahead of Montoursville, 49-0. That's in the 4th. Hazelton area and Crestwood, they are tied 14-14. That's also in the 4th. Williamsport is ahead of Wyoming Valley West, 35-7 in the 4th. Southern Columbia is ahead of Central Columbia, 40-7. That's also in the 4th. Milton is up against Bloomsburg, 17-13 in the 4th. Here's the final score. Jersey Shore beat Shamokin 42-7 final. Loyalsock is ahead of Lewisburg, 21-14 in the 4th. Mifflinburg is up against Shikellamy, 42-12 in the 4th. Mount Carmel is ahead of Hughesville, 47-14. That's also in the 4th. Here's another final for you. Selinsgrove beat Central Mountain, 49-14 final. Warrior Run is ahead of Midwest, 35-0. That's also in the 4th. Scranton Prep is ahead of Abington Heights, 42-14 in the 4th. And one more final to report on. Valley View beats Scranton tonight, 20-6. That's all I got for tonight, so let's head back one more time with Jim Doyle and Andy Ulickney.
Thank you very much, Julie. With the victory, Dallas goes to 7-0. They will be on the road at Wallenpaupack next Friday For the Bulldogs, they fall to 2-5. They'll be home against the Ironmen of Danville next Friday, 7 o'clock kickoff. We hope you'll join us for the broadcast. It starts as usual with the Coach Bennett Show at 6. That final again tonight, Dallas 42 and Berwick 6. For Andy Ulichty and our producer, Julie Lentz, this is Jim Doyle reminding you heard it live on Pop Radio.